Tech Cohort Day 2025, the first version of this gathering. And I believe we are going to be growing from now on. It's not going to stop. We're going to be growing and growing and growing. We have agenda for today, and we still have like few minutes to wait for other people to join us. As we are waiting, we believe that everyone else will join. We don't want anyone to miss out on anything in this event, and that's why we are trying to put ourselves together and see how we can help ourselves. We don't want to leave anyone behind, and we still have few seconds, few minutes to wait for others to join before we start our event proper. So if you want to take a cup of tea, a drink, Coca-Cola, Fanta, any type of drink you like, you can go ahead and enjoy yourself now. In the next 2 minutes now, we start proper, and we're just using that to wait for other people to join. So we're not going to wait too long for anyone to join. Let me show my face so you all can see me. My name is Adedayo. I will be one of your hosts for today. I have other people, other speakers with me that will be hosting this event, that will be talking here, and I'm just here to be a what's it called? Is it a first runner, right? To bring all of us together. So if you want to take a drink, a snack, or anything, or you can go ahead and do that. While we wait for others to, we don't leave anyone behind. The program should end by 8. Yeah, but it's we've had we have our agenda for today is going to be a very interactive one. It's not going to be boring, I can assure you. And if at any point you want to engage in something, you can go ahead and do that and join us and join us back so that we don't waste your time. But I can assure you, nothing is going to be left untouched today, and because we have everything lined up for us to be a partaker of. And if you can be patient with us and let's enjoy it together, then good. Thank you, Mr. Belu. I appreciate. And with that, we'll be able to flow well with because we don't want to leave anything untouched, and we're trying to bring all of us together. We believe that every one of us have something here that we want to learn one or two things and how we can go further. We have a lot of things in stock for you guys, so bear with us and stick with us as we proceed. Okay, guys. While we're waiting, I think it's proper for us to maybe have like a quick chat, maybe on the chat box that like Mr. Bello did earlier. If you have any question concerning this event and you want us to quickly, like you want to prepare yourself ahead of and to know one or two things, you can quickly drop it because once it's 10 minutes past 5, we're going to start proper. I'll begin with introduction, and from there, the first speaker will come up to speak, and we can go ahead like that. So in case you have anything, we have like 3 minutes to do that. So you can quickly drop it on the chat box, and let's see, maybe we have something we can quickly discuss about, and see how, hope we can all hear me because I don't know if anyone is hearing me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can anyone hear me, please? All right, Mr. Bello, the program is actually for people who can who want to break into tech. We have a lot of speakers here today. We have 7 speakers. We have career entrepreneur, educator, and we have product designer. We have software developers. We have social media strategists. We have communication, brand and communication strategists, and we have a lot. We have CEO amongst all who will be sharing the idea, how they begin. A lot of us, I can say, out of all the speakers, maybe 3 of us have the a computer-based background, and I think from there we have every other one, everybody have interest in one thing they want to learn, and like Mr. Bello said, is okay, I think I'm in the right class then. I'm a full stack dev. Oh, yeah, Mr. Bello, yeah, full stack dev. And thank you for joining us. So we have a lot of speakers here. Like I said, most of them, some of us are not, we don't have the computer background. We are just here to encourage everyone and how we break, while we are going to take, how we started our journey, and how we want to help other people grow. And in this class today, or in this event, we are going to be open doors for other people that want to learn. We have a lot of things in stock, but don't let me give you everything now so that you don't get everything at the beginning. So I know we got a lot of things to talk about today. So let's just hold on. And I have 1 minute left, so I'll be starting the introduction. So let me start with myself. My name is Adidayo Adeshi. People call me D1. Say which one that works for you. Yeah, Adidayo is fine. And I'm your host for today, and with my other colleagues, we'll also be speaking about breaking into tech and how we join into tech. And from this event, I can assure you, at the end of the event, you will know the right path. If you are not in one yet, you know the right path to follow, from full stack development, from product design, from brand and communication, social media, or you want to start a business in tech, maybe an IT business. I can show you at the end of this event, you'll be able to pick 1 or 2 things that, yeah, I really want to go into. So that's why I'm here. That's why we are here today, to help ourselves to learn together, to see how we can help ourselves to break that barrier, because a lot of people want to start something in tech, but they don't have the opportunity, they don't have the finances. We are here to break everything down for you guys. And also another thing I want you to know is that when we started, we don't want you to experience the same thing we experienced when we started our career in tech, because a lot of us having to know the kind of mentor we are supposed to follow, it's really a big deal for us. So because of that, that's why we have this community. You can have people you can always talk to. If you get stuck in anything, you are on a project, you want to, you are looking at how you can find solution. This community is actually built on that to help you grow, to help you achieve your goal in the tech. And I can assure you, every one of us will get something out of it today. So, like I said, my name is Adedayo Adeshi. I'm a product designer, a lot. Yeah, I got a lot of skills, but I think now my focus now is just limiting myself down to product design, because it is not easy when you got a lot of skills and you be contemplating which one to go for. But I can assure you, these are all the things we want to talk about today, and I want you guys to relax and as I introduce other speakers. Yeah, with me I have AJ Fortune and Ogbeta. She's career education advocate and an entrepreneur. So she's here to give us a lot of stuff about how we can switch our career as a career advocate, education advocate, and entrepreneur. She have a good skills. She have a lot of things in stuff that she wants to share with us today. I believe we'll be able to learn one or two things from her. Next, with me here is Ayomikun Oloede. Ayomikun is a very good friend of mine, and it's also a senior developer, a front and a back end developer, and which he has experience, more than 7 years experience as a developer. He's also going to share how he started the journey today in tech today. He's going to share that with us and what we can do to break that barrier. And also here with me, we have Abisola Ashubiojo. She's a social media strategist. I know we're going to learn a lot of things from her. She's an accountant, but she claims she's a retired accountant. So I believe we are going to why I said earlier that a lot of us, we don't have that background in IT. I do. I studied computer science in university, and maybe that will really help me. I don't know. So we are here to tell you that it's not only about your background in tech. You can do something on your own if you really want to. The next person with me here is Damilola Akindoyi. Damilola Akindoyi is a brand communication strategist, yeah, and is going to be showing us different skills that can help us to build our brand in the digital space and all that. And we have Solomon Keyatite. Solomon is another great entrepreneur, the CEO, and is yet also going to be sharing his idea and everything we need to know and how we need to go forward. And also, last but not the least, is Harrison Ugu. Harrison will be joining us late. He already spoke to me earlier, and is going to be joining us here. So, but he will be joining us also to share his own career. I think Harrison too doesn't have any skill background knowledge of IT, but he's here today to share his own story and how he can help us. If we have something at the end of this event, I can assure you that we got a lot of stuff and stuff that we want you guys to know about and how we want to take this group community forward from here. We don't want to just after this event we forget everybody. We have things planned that everyone will be enjoying from. So let me leave it on to Angel. Angel, can you hear me? So if you can hear me, you can take the floor now and start. And every of the speakers,
Hi, Dayo. I
every
can
we
hear
have
you.
15 minutes. So before I think I'm already taking 1 minute out of Angel. But so she can use extra 1 minute. I think I'll be the next speaker. So she can go ahead now and let's enjoy and listen to her. Thank you guys. I'll be off for now.
Hi, Dayo. Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Angel. We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Hi everyone. Good evening. So, Dayo has already introduced me. I am Angel Fortune, a female waiter, and I am a career education advocate. What that means is I am passionate about career education and making sure that more people know more about what career options that they have out there. This is because in Nigeria, when people think about their careers, they are limited in their options, right? Even when people think of tech, they think, oh, I have to code, but then there's non-code tech, and they are just different. There's tech support, there are different aspects to tech. But I'm going to leave that to my other panel members who are going to touch more on that. So my job is to give a keynote speech, and then that would lead to the other panels. So I'm just going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, just a minute. I believe you can see my screen, right? Can you confirm that you can see
Yes,
my
we
screen?
can see your screen now. We can see your screen.
Okay, so I'll just go straight to the presentation. A minute, please. So I'll just go to the opening. I want to prepare our minds, and that is by beginning to say that what I want to share, first of all, is strange for a tech event, which is that the future will not belong to the most skilled people, right? I mean, almost every one of us knows someone from our secondary school who is very brilliant and whom we were so sure that they were going to do well in life because we know that they are brilliant, right? But then you see them and they're not moving as fast as you thought they would. That is because classroom smartness and workplace smartness are different things, but the future will belong to the people who can stay, who can endure long enough to turn those skills into mastery. Dayo mentioned something earlier about, being someone who is a multi-potentialite, someone who has a lot of skill, and how he's trying to focus on one path, right? And a lot of what I'm going to be saying now is going to be about focus. So I'm going to share my story. When I started out, I was chasing money because, of course, I wanted money and I had goals and all of that. But I wish I could say I was chasing purpose, because I mean, I heard people talk about purpose and why that it was important, but ego was very important to me. We hear talks about getting remote jobs online, earning in dollars. If you can relate, please leave an emoji in the chat.
Hi, Angel. We can no longer hear you.
Let's bear with her. I think our network is really mixing up too. I think that should be. I believe she should get it sorted. Okay, I think why she's not here. Let me hold on. Oh, okay, she's joining back now. Has she left or joined? Angel, can you hear us, please?
Yeah, I think Angel just dropped. Okay,
Hi,
okay, she's back
sorry,
now.
I
She's
got
back now.
disconnected. Can you hear me now?
All right, we can hear you now. You can go ahead.
All right. So I just used a different device. Shout out to Nigeria. But what was the last thing you heard? BC, can you help me?
Yeah, so you asked us to drop an emoji if we can relate to you talking about trying to earn money in dollars.
Exactly. Okay. So, what first of all, whatever you're doing, whatever career path you're doing, you can use it to earn money in dollars. Let us just be clear. There are people who are doing tech support in dollars, people who are managing social media accounts and they're earning in dollars, virtual assistants that are earning in dollars. Whatever career path you are on, you can earn in dollars. So don't come and now see a post about someone talking about how they are earning as a virtual assistant or something, and you're like, oh, that's where the money is. And you that you've already started, yeah, I know you can't. Okay, let me see if I can share my screen from here. You that you've already started a career in a different path, you now immediately move to a new path. Why? Because you think that that's where the money is, right? And then you leave the paths that you're already on. So there's power in staying on whatever path that you're already on. So I am going to be broadcasting from my phone. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So don't run because everyone is running. Don't chase trends because trends will move faster than you can learn them. Imagine that you joined a career path because of money, right? And then you now hear that cybersecurity is the in thing. You just finished learning this one. So before you're even able to implement it, you're learning something else. Why? Because you think that is where the money is. So the first disclaimer I'm giving is that whatever career path you're on right now, there is money in it, right? But you just need to be able to stay long enough and master it to be able to make the kind of money that you want, because there's no way that entry level professionals are earning the same as senior level professionals. It is mastery, it is excellence, and who you also know in your industry that would eventually give you the kind of money that you want. Because let's be clear, there are people with less skills than you that are making more money. So knowledge is important, industry knowledge, industry insights, and all of that. So before you chase another course or certification, here are a few questions that I want you to ask yourself. What do you actually want to build long term? Ask yourself, what do I want to be known for? You that you are already writing, you're already a writer, and now you're hearing that social media marketing is a new thing, and then you want to move there. Is it the money that you want, or do you want to make a name for yourself in social media marketing? So be clear about that, right? Because if you want to make a name for yourself, chances are making a name for yourself in that field and money go hand in hand, right? And then what kind of problems excites you long enough to stay, even when it is no longer fun? Because trust me, I feel like this is the same for everybody. When you get into a new career, you're excited to explore and all of that. And then, mid-level, it gets tougher. You're now having to explore tougher problems and all of that. You need something to keep you going, and it is that vision, that your number one, that you answered, which is the reason why you're joining, what you want to be known for long term, what you want to build long term, that will keep you going. You know that, okay, it's not easy, but after this project, right, I'm going to be known as this. After this project, it's going to take my portfolio from A to Z. Now, every successful person that we admire in tech, whether it's a developer, designer, founder, they have one thing in common. They've stayed long enough to get good, right? Think of the people that you love in your industry right now. They've done nothing less than 5 years in that industry. You don't know them today as a designer, and then tomorrow they say they are no longer a designer, they are now a food person. No. For you to be termed an expert in a field, it means that you've paid your dues. And there's something interesting about paying your dues. Nobody says that you are ever going to pay your dues once, right? You will keep paying your dues over and over and over and over again. You keep learning the ropes in your career over and over and over again, because there's new things coming, right? Years before now, I mean, there's always been AI, right? There's always been AI. So many things that we use on our phone has been AI, but interactive AI as we know it didn't come until a few years back now. And now people are saying, how can you use AI as a social media manager, as a designer, as a founder, as a developer? There are AI that makes code, writing code even easier, right? So that means you're still going to pay your dues by learning how to integrate AI with the current work that you do. Okay. So you won't always feel motivated, you won't always feel smart. That's another thing. I feel like sometimes when we meet certain people, we now introspect and feel like, oh, we're not at their level, and then we not feel unmotivated. But no, if you are the smartest person in a room, chances are you have to change the room. But staying power is about discipline, is about going when going their stuff. Now, to career transitions, choosing your career wisely, what I would say is choosing your career wisely isn't just about what is in demand, right? By that, I'm not saying ignore what is in demand, But when you're looking at what is in demand, look at it in line with your industry. I'm going to use the famous Nollywood producer Omoni Oboli as an example, right? She has been in the film industry for years, and probably we know that the industry is always looking for fresh faces, new faces, young people to bring in. And she probably wasn't getting casted as much as she used to. So she thought to herself, what is the next level for this industry? How can I still be relevant in this industry? So beyond acting, she took it a step further and went into producing, right? I would say she niched. So as I'm telling you story, and I want you to be introspecting, thinking about your career, thinking about your field. How can you niche further? Because generalists are a lot in demand, right? And rather, generalists are a lot in the market. And the demand versus the supply is more than the demand. So it means there's so many people fighting for a little space, right? But when you niche further, it means there's less people competing for what you want. So think about your field. How can you niche further? What can you learn that sets you apart from the crowd? In design, what kind of design do you want to do? Right? Do you want to design for just a particular sect? Do you want to design for just a particular industry? Right? There are people, even in writing, there are medical writers, and I heard they are paid really well. So they write only medical related stuff. There are people that write for code alone. They write for tech companies alone, right? There are people that write for founders, VCs alone. So think, how can you niche further based on what is in demand, right? Working with what is in demand isn't necessarily about switching from where you are to another career. There are times and moments for that when you look at your career and you discover that there is nothing really for you. Say, for example, you think about the top person in your field, the highest paid people in your field, and then you compare that with the kind of life that you want for yourself or the dreams that you have, and you're like, it's not tallying at all, then it's fine to switch career paths. But if you see people at the top on the career path that you're already at, then think of what is in demand now, and then think of how you can align the career path that you're already on with what the market wants. Okay, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. So how do you choose your career path wisely? What comes naturally to you? I'm sure based on what we've heard, a lot of people already have a career path that you're on, but ask yourself, this career path that you're on, does it come naturally to you? You know, what can I stay curious about for years? I'll use an example. I was at my friend's place some weeks back, and he was always watching news about what is happening in his industry. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. When was the last time I watched the news to know what is happening in my industry? He knows the country to go to based on the news and based on the leading technologies. I'm like, wow, this is so interesting. What do people need that you can help them solve? I mean, online courses are the new money. People are creating courses every now and then, even though there are still YouTube videos that could answer their questions. It means that people are constantly looking for solutions to their problems. What problems do people have in your field that you can solve? And then where these three meet, that is your sweet spot. And once you find it, it takes us back to the beginning, which is about staying power. You have to stay, you have to build mastery, because mastery rewards time, and time rewards only those who stay. So in closing, I'm going to say that as you explore tech day to day, the sessions, which are going to be very brilliant, you know, the career paths that we talked about, remember this, the goal isn't just to get into tech, but the goal is to grow in tech, to thrive in tech, to be the kind of person who doesn't just chase opportunities. They say this one is raining, you're going there, but the person who creates them. What are problems that no one is creating solutions for in your field? So yes, learn the skills, attend these workshops and other workshops that will come in your field, take the courses. About courses, right? I don't know if you're in a proper organization. Courses can even be basis for promotion. When it's time for promotion, you're fighting for your promotion, you can say, oh, I've taken this course to better do this, and that, right? It was from the knowledge from this course that I used to execute X and Y projects. So taking courses aren't bad. They're actually good. They prepare you for promotion. They help you get better on the job, but also build character, build mastery, be brilliant, be consistent, and stay on course, because in the end, the world doesn't just reward talent, it rewards tenacity, rewards those who stay. So yeah, that's it for me. I'm rooting for you always, and enjoy the event. Please stay in touch. My handle is at Angel Fortune Obeta on all social media channels. Thank you, everyone.
All right, Angel, we thank you. I think I myself personally have learned one or two things from Angel's session, and I believe we've all learned one or two things as well. So I will be taking over from here now. I'll be the next speaker, and I want you guys to also enjoy the little time I have with you guys. And I will also set timer now. I think this timer will help to remind everyone that, oh, okay, it's time. So I will also set my own timer right now. So that once it's time, I can get a notification on this time. So let me start with my own. My name is Hadidayo Adeshi. Like I said earlier, so I'm here to share my own experience with you guys, how I switched to the career I'm currently on, and how I started. I've said it in my introduction that a lot of us, there are some of us, for some of the speakers we have here, not all of us have that background in tech or in computer or in. So, but we are here today breaking barriers and trying to see how we can go. Hope we can all see my screen. I'll be sharing my screen as well. So I just want you guys to be able to see my screen. So what I'll be talking about today is designing your way into tech. As a product designer, I'll quickly take you through my career. And my own career started as a computer scientist. I studied computer science in the University of Adeleke, the Osun State, Nigeria. And we're learning as a pioneer of the school. It was really difficult for us to enjoy a lot of things, because as a pioneer, wherever you're a pioneer, it's just like a firstborn of the family. There are a lot of things that your parents will use you as a practice. They use you to blend other people coming behind you. I think the last bonds of university don't have last bond because they keep on growing. But people after the first set always enjoy what the first set don't enjoy. I've experienced that in my nursery school, in my university. I know what I'm saying when it comes to enjoying being a first child of a family. So accept me to use family for my own university because it's my alma mater. So I struggle with programming, coding in particular. Not that I don't have the understanding of coding. You can't be coding beside me and be telling me one before you say two or three. I would have get to know what you're talking about. But for me to sit down and be doing that, I see it as something very, very demanding, time and everything. I give respect to every developers out there. I won't lie to you. I've tried it over even from my university. University, we do that. You do it to get your result. And at the end of the day, I think these are the things that shape my background on who I became and who I am today. I won't lie to you. When I leave university, I look for a mentor, which is why I'm telling you that this community with Dada is for us to be able to choose the right mentor, choose the right path. It's not easy for us to go and say, I'm looking for who to mentor me. to easily find who to mentor you out there, time is going. You don't have that time to waste or anything to be wasting time on. I can assure you, this community is here to help you as you're switching your career today, or you're thinking about that skills you are learning today. I can assure you, you have one of us who you can quickly talk to, you can quickly shut up, and maybe any time of the day, except ungodly hours, people with family, children, amongst us that might be busy. But others, you might want to message them at any time or have conversation with them. How this will be able to shape our understanding on how we connect with people and how we can start our skills without looking for who to mentor us and all that. I was privileged to be a facilitator. I've facilitated in programs, in federal government program in Nigeria, in companies I've participated. I've done a lot of stuff, but which I have my own company as well. I started a company in 2018 as Spark Cross Tech. It's an IT company where we do a lot of branding and all that. So that's why I tell you, we all got one or two things that we've put in place for you guys to enjoy today. I won't be talking too much because of time. So I began my journey in technology with a degree in computer science, which I've said my motivation came from curiosity, creativity, and a strong wish to address real-world challenges. When I started in 2018, it was actually in 2017, the person that was mentoring me there studied physics electronics. And one morning I just woke up and I felt like, whoa, if someone who studied physics electronics can be doing this, what am I doing? I study computer science. That's why I'm telling you that your background is not a barrier for you to learn one or two things. Like Angel said earlier, it's not for you to be jumping from one event or one skills to another skills. I'm a product designer, I'm a web designer, I'm a digital marketer, email campaign specialist. I do everything. But at the end of the day, I looked at it. These are the background. These are what pushed me to design. What motivated me to look into product design. Like, oh, if I want to design a website, what do I do first? You go online. Then when I started with WordPress, I go online searching for different stuff, different templates to use. Now I can actually use WordPress without using a template by going and copy someone's template. Sharing your idea with me can make me drive something out. It's called sketch in design. Now you can sketch something out and how it's going to look at the end. And when I see product design and turn a sketch into a pictorial stuff, like how they communicate, how the application is going to communicate when it's not even in design phase, when the application is not live, the product designer already go ahead to give you a pictorial look of how the application. These are the things that motivated me, where I said curiosity and what motivated me into becoming a product design today. And in the technology industry, it's not one size fits for all. Is the most successful professional often bring diverse perspectives and unconventional background to their work, the unique in your work, uniqueness and everything. So I won't just be taking too much of your time. I will just be giving you, I have a slide here. So I'll just go through this slide for you. What is design thinking? Design thinking is a powerful methodology that puts human needs as the center of problem solving. It's not just for designer. It is a versatile approach that professionals across all disciplines can use to create a better outcome. This is what design thinking is. What are you designing? How are you thinking about idea that has been shared with you? So you have empathy-driven problem solving, you have interaction, feedback, and clarity, where in the middle of the stage of an application, you are sharing with your customer, with your client, and it's telling you, oh, I want you to integrate this. I don't want this one. Maybe you should remove it. These are all the things that help developers. By the time a product designer has worked on a project, the developer is just there to bring that project to reality, to make it live, to make it more dynamic, to make it because whatever a product designer is doing is static, because it's just picture. You can't do anything there. But a developer is coming in, a full stack dev, a senior dev, backend developer, they're writing their code, bringing those things you design to make it a functional application for you to use. The versatile mindset, a way of thinking that applies across roles, from engineering to marketing, strategy to operation. These are the things that bring a core design thinking that encourage us to challenge assumption, that embrace ambiguity, and approach problem with both creativity, rigor, and all. So it's not just you're designing it for designing sake. People who are developers can tell you that when they are designing something, I've been with some of my guys, one of them is here today. Whenever I design something, it might be from our conversation, the idea is coming in. He will just tell you, oh, I just remember something. You want to quickly type, you want to quickly put that thing together and put them down. I can assure you there is a lot when it comes to tech. There is a lot you can learn. We got cyber security, we get product design, we got web development, we got what was it called? Communication. There are a lot you can do. I've mentioned some of the skills I've got in the past that people can that brought me to the path that I'm currently on. You can start somewhere. You don't have to wait until you get a big picture of what you want to do. Just start somewhere, and before you know it, you are there. My career switch story, I've already told you guys about that. I won't be giving you any repetition. And lessons from the switch. Changing career taught me a lesson that extends far beyond technical skills. These insights have shaped not only how I work, but how I approach challenges and growth in every area of my life. If I'm not mistaken, I've also mentioned that, I've also said that from my beginning, what brought me to where I am today as a product designer. I've been a web developer, how I used to sketch, and even when you want to run email campaign, you have to sketch something out before you know the kind of email design you want to put out there. And they say start where you are. I've mentioned that use what you have. You don't have to wait for one big money to come. That's why we've created something like this for you guys to hear about this before you make that decision. A lot of people are struggling in making decision on how to switch. That's why we have this community. It's a community we are building, and our next event, I believe one of us here that is here that are here to learn one or two things. In the next few months, we'll be calling you guys that, oh, you'll be among the next speaker in the next event. This will be my joy. This will be our joy. This is how we want everyone to see it. He said, learn by doing, not just watching. You are not watching, you are creating something. You are not just watching tutorials online. You are not just listening to someone who is mentoring you. You're also creating something. Community and collaboration accelerates growth. I won't lie to you, there are a lot of opportunity I've missed just because I don't join community. Angel, I've made mention of some things earlier in making money. Every typical Nigerian out there who have a skills, their primary goal is to make money. But when you go to the Western world, go out of Nigeria, you realize that most of all these people are not focusing on making money alone. They want to make impact. They want to collaborate with other people. They want to influence others. That's why you see a lot of us in Nigeria. I can tell you, when you go online, you see kits online that free templates you want to use. Canva is there. Instead of paying, you are looking for that free template to use on Canva. I can assure you, a lot of people design those stuff. You too can also design something and put it out there. Like in a Figma community, I have some portfolio, some design kits that I already put on Figma community for people, developer from other product designer to make use of. It's free. You don't need to pay for it. These are community and collaboration because it improves your skill. Where you put it out for people to use for free, people are making comments. This thing you can do it this way. You can adjust it this way. You can reduce something. They help you to grow better. You learn more. and mentorship. So yeah, I got it's a mentorship and multiplying impact. It's a as I established myself in the tech industry, I discovered that mentorship creates powerful ripple effect. Teaching others doesn't diminish your knowledge, it multiplies you. I can assure you, I said I participated in a federal government program before where we trained over 2,000 people. Some of other of my colleagues are also here. They are my friends. We participated in facilitating. It's not about the joy we had then, it's not about the money we're getting, but the number of people. Do you understand when you train people who doesn't know anything, who doesn't have any, who are, let me put it, illiterate? People who don't, maybe they have only primary school, who don't even go to school at all. You are teaching them how to be a product designer, how to be a web designer using WordPress. It's not easy. I can assure you, like the 3 months we spent there was really an eye opener for me. So I won't be taking too much of your time. And creativity as a strategy, there is a common misconception that creativity is a soft skill. Like I said, web design is people trying to tell you, is it not just WordPress? When you want to tell them, I'm charging you maybe 300K for a website. Is it not just WordPress? If it's easy, go and run it. Or you are managing people's social media accounts. Is it not just to create content? You want to run ads for people. Is it not just to run ads? I've seen a client who want to run ads, and they went ahead. My time is up, so I'll just round it up. They went ahead to run ads by themselves. They left it as lifetime, something they want to do for 30 days. And every month they were deducting money. They don't know where the money was being deducted. So these are the things that it's not just soft skills, but something nice to have, but not essential. This couldn't be further from the truth. In today's competitive landscape, creativity isn't fluff, it's fuel for innovation and differentiation. So guys, this is be the end of my section. We'll still come back later to discuss every other thing with you guys to see how we can help ourselves going further. And maybe from my own section, you think that, okay, is it product design you want to think of? At least I've mentioned the basic things that product designer does. You can pick that from this section and decide on what you want to do. So see you guys later, and thank you. And the next person that I'll be bringing on is Ayomikun. Ayomikun is a software developer. So I don't know if Ayomikun can hear me. Ayomikun is a software developer.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so he has the floor now to speak and to take us further from here. So I'll be stop sharing. Thank you guys, and we'll hear from you in a minute. Thank you.
Yeah, hi guys, good afternoon. Yeah, my name, sorry, let me try and share my screen. Okay, please let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
We can see your screen, sir.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so I just noticed some bullet points that I will just be discussing today. Just like I said, in software engineering, practical is a real thing. But here I will just just take you through my career path on how I became a software engineer and some keynotes that you need to to understand if you decide that you want to come into software engineering. So again, my name is Olede. I'm a full stack developer, but mostly I focus more on the backend engineering. Yeah. Okay. So I will start with my journey so far, right? So I remember when then after my secondary school, when my mom was still alive, she paid for a graphic school for me then. Yeah. So in the other class, then there was a particular room. Then that's where they were training the software developers. Then there was the use of Dreamweaver and then front page, Microsoft front page. Then that's what they use in designing website then and everything. And I was in the graphics class, which was what's it called, CorelDRAW and so on. And then with graphics, I felt like if you know how to write HTML, then just write small code, right? So at then I was so like, my God, I'll succeed. So I'll keep people like, what are these guys doing? What are these guys doing? And I said, I told myself, I said, this is after this graphics class, after this graphics design class, before I go into university, that I must actually learn web designing. Yeah. But you know now, in Nigeria, life has to show you shaky. So I had to pass other routes before I could get here. You understand? Where I have to, I have to learn what's it called, different skills. I have to actually get different skills before I actually got here. So so it wasn't easy then. So finally when I got the opportunity to actually learn software engineering, and then I just told myself, am I sure that this is what I want to do? Like, that curiosity and all those things about technology and everything. I was all like, okay, is this what I want to do? That self-doubt started coming in. Like, this guy is kind of, am I sure I want to take this challenge and everything like that? So that's part of it, you understand? So I had to just learn so much. Okay, what exactly is in this tech? Then I came to realize, so finally when I made my decision, and then finally I had the opportunity to learn, go into tech and everything, I faced this self-learning. It wasn't working then because we had limited what's it called, limited tutorials, unlike the way we have now. Like right now we have unlimited materials anywhere. Literally you can just sit down anywhere, just go on your YouTube. There are a lot of materials, unlike then whereby we don't have a lot of materials, whereby you have to break the bank before you could what's it called, get the knowledge. So I had to learn that technology is actually not about the code, it's about people. You understand? So you need to understand, because nowadays I have some guys, junior developers I've been working with, I have some Java developers I work with, and when there's a problem, the next thing you just go open code and start writing code. What are you writing? Just sit down, let's analyze. You understand? So and I came to realize that okay, it's not that, because I've met a lot of people, you understand, in this journey so far. So I learned that okay, yes, this thing is not just about coding, it's beyond coding. You understand? So when you say you're a software engineer, you're into tech, and it's beyond. That's my journey so far. I won't take too much of your guys' time, so I'll just rush through everything. But by the time, yeah, we all meet in our community and we start, for mentorship and everything, then we can all start talking about the practical part of the. All right, so let me move to the next slide. Okay, now coming to you guys here. All right, entrepreneurship and turning ideas into it. But first, you must identify gap and opportunity. All right. So because this is a thing, I'll give you an example. There's a friend of mine here, it's also part of the panelists. So there was a time we had an idea of, okay, there was a particular fintech product we wanted to bring to life. And we had an idea like, okay, this is what we want to do, this is what we want to do. So then, we had this our clients then, and there's our client now Eddie, like, oh, okay, this is what you guys want to do. Okay, Alpha, why don't you just let's make this thing bigger than what we want to do and everything. So we jump into the opportunity like, okay, that's fine. When we have someone that has the power here, why do we have to? So when you see the opportunity and the gap, you have to identify it and you have to take it. So it's very, very important. So in terms of turning your idea into impact, you understand, you have to build or join the startup product. So just like Mr. Dio said, it's not just about making the money. Yeah, you make the money, it's very important. Yeah, that's why you're here. We have to make the money. You understand? You also need to collaborate, you need to contribute. You understand? So it's also very, very, very important. Also, sorry, 1 minute. Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you.
All right. So also during the time of learning, also you have to also iterate fast and also adapt to things. You understand? So when you're collaborating, like for example, you're joining someone in business, or you decided, guy, okay, we have this idea, guys, Alpha, let's come up with this idea. So you have to adapt fast with whatever opportunities you guys get. You understand? So you don't have to like entrepreneurship is tech in motion, basically. That's just it. Because we come here, we say we want to learn what's good. Everybody say, for example, now I say, okay, I want to go into software engineering. I want to start coding and everything. At the end of the day, it's not that you don't want to be working for someone forever. At the end of the day, that's when you now come like, guys, have fun now. Let's build this thing. Let's come up with this. So it's everything in tech basically. It's almost like entrepreneurship in emotion. Because I remember then in my software engineering school, as in the first time, I think the second day my software engineering school, we all started talking about, okay, guy, what can we build? We need to, you understand? So we're so eager and everything. So basically, so you need to open your mindset. You understand? So it's very, very important. So entrepreneurship in tech is actually what's called tech and emotion. So let me move on to the next slide. So empowering through knowledge. So it's very, very important that you need to also share your knowledge because you're also helping yourself. Again, back to what I said. He also mentioned something about actually sharing your knowledge. You understand? You have to actually try and say how people you can mentor. You understand? Because building this community right now also it's also to everybody's advantage, also to our own advantage. Because at the end of the day, because we're sharing this knowledge with you guys and everything. Let's say we have one bigger project one time in one day like that, and we have a bigger project, and we're here, okay. Instead of we looking outside, okay, can look for what the developers that we feel like they're capable and everything. We have a community. We can just come here, guys. We know what you guys are capable of. So it's also so at that we already know that okay, it's our own products, which because we mentored you guys. You understand? So it's still our products we're using. So we'll be comfortable that okay, yes. So it's very, very important. So you need to collaborate, you need to contribute or build in education technology. Yeah, very, very important. You need to share knowledge via teaching and mentorship. You understand? You need to be able to mentor because it's just like I say, advantage to yourself also. Because as you are teaching, because you don't want to mess up, so you have to learn to be able to teach. So at that point now, also it's actually advantage to yourself. So you also need to build or support learning platforms. You understand? So we have many platforms, or if you decide that oh, okay, you want to start your own education platform, because I saw someone commented in the at the beginning of the meeting that he has a platform where um the AI teaching and everything, which is very, very important. So you need to be able to build or support learning platform, and you only need to share your knowledge and scale your impact. Very, very important. All right, craving your path. All right. So you need to combine tech, people, and creativity. Just like I said earlier on, that tech is not all about the coding; it's also about people. You understand? So you need to be able to combine tech, people, and creativity together. So basically, meaning that even though you want to start, let's say for example, now you want to start a company, you understand, or you have a particular project that you're giving to, everybody on your team cannot be a developer. You understand? So that is where other people come in. You have a business developer, you have a content developer, you have a product designer, you understand? Even down to graphics person. You understand? So you actually need to understand, you understand? You need to bring all these people, both tech, people without the tech, what's it called, knowledge, and the people, the ones that have the creativity. You need to be able to bring them together. You understand? You need to be able to combine them. And before you even bring it, you need to understand that, which is very, very important. So you need to build personal brand around impacts, which is very, very important. You need to keep learning, adapting, and collaborating. Even right now that we're calling ourselves senior developer, I am still learning. Trust me, I am still learning everything. So, even in as much as right now as a senior developer, that's okay, yes, I have a lot of job. So like during summertime, like December time, I must always pick one new thing to learn into the new year, which is very, very important. So that's why most of the time, I used to tell some of my colleagues that my code base or my code structure for 2024 is never the same as 2025. There's always a difference because you see that December time, that's summertime, because I know at that time I usually give myself a break, and that time I usually used to learn. So during December, I usually just try and learn new things. It's very, very important. So you need to keep learning, adapting, and also collaborating. When we say collaborating, you need to be collaborating in people's projects. Dayo said, it's not all about money. You need to contribute. You need to collaborate into people's projects because at the end of the day, it's still you. So don't chase title, chase growth, which is very, very important. I know my time is running. All right. So advice for beginners and career switcher. right? So you need to start small and stay consistent. It's very, very, very important. You can't say, okay, yes, no, just start small, little by little, you get there, and you need to be very, very consistent. It's very, very, very important, right? So it's not like today, tomorrow you come today, you come tomorrow, and you come and do, because this is the thing. Let me give you an example. Very short story of mine. Just like I said, after I finished my graphics school, after my secondary school tutorial, then I told you I wanted to go into software engineering, but because of funds and then and every other thing, so I had to go another path whereby I had to learn video, what's it called, cinematography, video editing, graphics, motion graphics. You see the skills I'm mentioning right now, I have them. You understand? Then when finally I now got the opportunity to go into tech, I had to drop them entirely. You understand? So the good thing is that I already know this. I already know this. What's it called? I already have these skills. They are not leaving. They are not going anywhere. They are within me. They are with me. They are my skills. You understand? So now going into tech, and I said, okay, yeah, this is my new. Let me go into this new journey. Then going into tech, I have to like pause them entirely. I have to stay consistent, and then I have to take my entire year to just focus on tech, which actually paid off for me. You understand? So right now, I can literally switch to any career mode I want. You understand? So it's very, very important. So if you want to switch, you understand? So that particular thing you want to switch, just get ready. You understand? Just say, okay, yes, this, give yourself time frame within this. This is just what you want to focus on. You understand? And stay consistent. Learn in public and share your progress. It's very, very important. I don't know. I will learn in public and share your progress. I might not do that because I'm not a social media person. I don't really know how to post like that. You understand? But just for those ones that can take the advice, build projects that matters to you. You understand? It's very, very important. So any project, when you are doing your learning, for example, so when you are learning, most of all these tutorials, you're following tutorials and everything. So let's say, for example, now you're following a particular tutorial and you build a particular project. That's the project. After you're done building that project, you can actually build something out of that project just by yourself. Just sit down. Okay, I want to switch. I want to try and switch. Okay, what I've learned. Let me just see. Okay, can I just switch this thing? Let's say you learn blue color and you want to change it to green color. That kind of thing. So it's very, very important. You understand? And network generally is very, very important. Networking is very, very, very important. You understand? Like most of the speakers here, I know them personally because through networking and one way or the other. You understand? So imposter syndrome is actually normal. You understand? So this is the thing here. What this means is that, let's say, for example, now you build you're learning something, right? And you're following the tutorial. And after you finish building the tutorial, after you finish building the product, and here you're not showing it to your friends, oh yeah, look at what I built, look at this and this other thing. So as something in you is telling you that, but I didn't build this thing, just tutorial I use it. It's normal. It will always happen. It's like that. So it's for every career. It's not just in software engineering. It's for any skills, that you're trying, any new skills that you're trying to actually move to. Yes, and you are learning the tutorial and you're following a particular project and you did the project through that. So it's normal thing. So don't feel like, oh, okay, yes, this is not my project. I'm imposing into someone else's skill or that kind of thing. It's normal thing that happens. So don't beat yourself around that. So finding your fit, explore different paths: dev, product, data science, designing, community, and so on. Because it's very, very important. That's the essence of this what's called conference. Find the path that you feel like you can fit into. You understand? We are here for you. Everybody have their different skills. You understand? So you can meet any of the mentors. Okay, this is what I feel like. Okay, I think I can fit into this, and that's why we're here. Yeah. So actually, also your fit actually involves. You understand? It's a journey. Just it's like a journey. So okay, my time is almost up. So it's a journey. So you understand. So just so that as time goes on, you also get involved in these things. Collaborate, competitions, community gives, and clarity is very, very important. So this community, that just try and make sure that you stay in this community. And you see, so final thought: Tech is more than the code. It's a connection and contribution. Lead with curiosity and empathy. So this community will build you the best products you've ever seen. So I think if you have any questions, then maybe doing that. My time is up right now, then we can go to it. So thank you very much, everyone.
Mr. Ayomikun, thank you. And I told you guys we got a lot of things for you guys in stock, and I believe we are going to learn a lot of things today. So the next person that will be coming up now is Mr. Harrison. Harrison is another senior developer who is here to share his experience, how he broke into tech, and how tech have impacted in his life, in business, in his career. He's a businessman. He's a CEO as well. So you all can see on his profile. Almost every one of us have a brand here. So that's one thing I want you guys to do. What is helping us is because of what we are doing that is currently helping us. What we gather over the years is what brought us here to be able to create something, a product for ourselves, a business for ourselves, for us to be out there to play. So being in tech is an opportunity for everyone to be able to have something out there. So Mr. Harrison, the floor is yours, so you can take over now and give us all the things you have in stock. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon or evening.
Good evening. We are hearing you. We are with you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's get started. My name is Harrison. Harrison Ugu. I'm a full stack developer, also a techpreneur. I'm the co-founder, CTO at Testa Digital, is a software company. Have a couple of products out there in the market that's been growing just perfectly fine. So, and then I've been the technical lead at the company. Unfortunately, I do not have any slide to share. It's just going to be a session. Could be very chatty. If you have anything in between, you can call my attention. We are just having a discussion anyway. So that's just how I plan to run through this session. So here we'll be talking about from code to community, finding your fit in tech in this particular session. So I'm going to be cutting across software development, entrepreneurship, and edtech. Edtech is where I'm very passionate about it, and couple of products that we have at the company is centers around education technology, and then talk you through a little bit of background, how I managed to carve my path, and then a bit of tips, that I would like to offer as new starters. We are all learners anyway. We are all dreamers. We are all builders. As a software engineers, if either you are already a software engineer or you are starting up, or you are a pro, or you are still in your early stages, I see all of us as creatives. Okay, we have the power to create something that people can use, and be happy seeing that people do it. So when I was starting off as a software engineer, I looked at software engineer just writing code, just write code, gets out there, and then people see the beautiful things I have out there. But then as I advanced in my career, I found out that it's not just about that. It's also cut across the people. You can build a very beautiful product, write the finest of codes, but if you're not thinking about the people that are going to use it, the end users, you are not going to really have a very decent and a very nice product. So, and then when you're thinking about the users, that is where the spirit of entrepreneurship comes from, because product always has to be about the people as much as it is, about the product itself. Okay, so giving a little bit of backstory about my career, I'm a very inquisitive person. I've always loved crafts. Growing up, I've always loved crafts. So when I finished my university studies, before that, at around the time of Dreamweaver, I just I did a little bit of programming then, not because I wanted, because my brother wanted me to do it. So I wasn't doing it with any form of purpose at all. So as a matter of fact, any day that my instructor didn't show up, I was really very happy. I didn't show up. I'd go and play ball or do something else. But then I stopped that, got admission, finished, and then I thought about it that this is what I really needed to do. So I started off writing code, doing everything I needed to do. That was with Ayo, the previous speaker that was here. So, but one important thing that we did is that I personally did it like my life depended on it. I was working day after day. Anything that I see online, that needed to be tried out, I just go try it out. It doesn't matter. So I wasn't doing it as a hobby. So that's how I went through it. I was very passionate about designs, building fancy things. In our class, whenever we had to do a project, if I do not have a button that is flying from here to there animation, then Harrison has not done anything. That was me. I love design. I wasn't really interested in the backend, in the logic and all of that. I just love that. Then that's to say I was user-centric, sort of. I always thought about how users would perceive the application I was building. But then people like Ayo, they were really very interested in doing logic and all of that. I wasn't. But then that offered an insight to me, because for me, I just wanted people to see something that was flying. But then they just wanted people, to build something that is very functional. Then at the end of the day, if you build something that's very functional and then people out there cannot really use it, you build nothing. Then if I build things that is very fancy but doesn't have substance, then I've also done nothing. So the two things need to intersect. So I now understood better that for every product to be successful, you need to think about the people, as much as you're thinking about the product. So that's how we're doing it. We used to sleep in the class sometimes, because like I said, I did let my life depended on it, because actually it did. I didn't have any other option. That was all I did at that time. So we were building day after day, not even sure of what it was going to be, but we just knew that there's a way, there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel in this. So there wasn't a lot of materials out there. We kept going on and on. And then shortly after that, I got an internship, got a job. My first job, I was good. Till today, I wasn't paid my salary, 70,000 naira, I remember. I wasn't paid till today. But then that was part of the process. I never looked at the money. Then until I got a second job, I started getting paid. And then, the career just started blazing like that, and that's how I managed to be here today. So talking about software development, as I stated earlier, these are the key things you need to think about, what to build, how to build it. You need to think about, are you really solving any problem? And then that is how you get to the entrepreneurship bits of it. Everyone mustn't be an entrepreneur anyway, but then from my perspective as one, of course, I'm going to talk to you about it. So you need to think about your environment, because we did have a school then. So that's how I really got interested in education technology. Day by day, I used to see things that were not going as planned. So I was always thinking, what could I do in a smart way to make these things better? And then I started building stuff. A lot of them were for hobby, but I was doing it like it mattered. And that's very important in your software journey. Whatever you want to do not have it all figured out. Do it scared. Start. Do not have it because you are never going to figure it out anyway. You are going to find out in the process. So when we did the first project that I did in education technology, I was fortunate to have a place that I tested it out. Then while they were using it, I saw the other need I never thought about. So you're going to be able to listen out to the users, to the end users, to the people, because they are going to give you the real evaluation of your project. No matter how you think it is good, you never build for yourself. If you build for yourself, I bet you are never going to find a bug or an issue with what you are doing. But when you are always thinking about the people, have them at the back of your mind. You are going to have issues. You are going to have issues that will come up, and then you correct it. And that's how you know that you've done a very successful project. So my point here is that you need to start thinking about solutions, for in your community, in your be it school, be it workplace, wherever you are, as someone in tech. That is how you would grow, and that is how you are going to build entrepreneurship career in tech. So you need to continuously think about that, and then building products that solve real problem. Then going into the entrepreneurship part itself. So that is where you need to start thinking about business. I'm not going to kid you, that is where the money is anyway. There's money in programming. And then I must say, it is not a get rich quick scheme as a lot of people would think. You know, don't get carried away with it. It's not a get rich quick scheme. But then if you start small, stay consistent and pick one thing, do one thing, perfect it, go into another thing. So if you're starting today, like I did when I started, I was a front-end developer most of the time. So I did it when I was a lot of people were using there was this design framework that was invoked then, Bootstrap. A lot of people were doing it. It helps you just do your styling very easily. I refused to do it because I wanted to master the core concept behind it. I wanted to do it, master it then before I picked it up. That is something that you also have to do. Master one thing, do that thing continuously, bit by bit, master it, doing it consistently, then pick up another thing to do. So talking about entrepreneurship, that is where your creativity meets courage. Okay, so it's going to force you really to see beyond the product, to understand people, the market, and the value. So you have to start asking questions like, what problem am I solving? Or who am I helping? Why does this matter? You know, is less about just perfection, you know, but it is more about persistence. So you need to, when you identify the problem, first of all, you identify who you are helping, you identify why it does matter, because that is going to be your driving force. Why does this matter? Why do I need to build this education platform? Because I want to make teaching, you know, very, very, very flexible. I want to make teaching materials very accessible to people in rural areas. I want to make people struggle with payment and reconciliation of fees in their school fees in their system. How do I come to solve that problem? When you think about this, once you have identified it and you've identified why this matters, which is what I've just said now, then you have a purpose there and just pick it up and keep doing it consistently. Okay, so going to a little bit of advice that I have, you know, and tips that I have for you as a beginner in the software industry. Always start small, you know, and start today. Do not think, okay, tomorrow I do not have a very strong laptop, you know, to do this. Start with what you have. It doesn't matter. Start. There is always something that can fit into whatever you have, the scale of what you have. Then as you grow, you keep expanding your resources, you keep expanding everything. Being that you know that you are doing this already, that is what you're going to be working towards. So start small, start today. What you are looking for to do tomorrow, do not procrastinate it. Start it today. If you need to pay for a course, to register somewhere to learn, do not think. If you start saying that next week I'm going to do it, I bet you that drive, that passion is going to drop down. When you think about it, just do it. It doesn't kill anybody, it doesn't hurt anybody. The worst that can come out of it that it did not work, but at least you tried. Okay, then be curious. Don't try to aim for perfection. Just be curious about something to build. Stay innovative. Ask questions. Okay, and then that brings me to you making sure that you connect with people. Okay, when you are curious and you ask questions, if you are doing it alone, of course you are not going to get answers. So even in this call, try as much as possible to meet at least one new or two new persons. Keep expanding your reach, keep expanding your community, so that when you have these questions, you are not going to answer them. You only ask questions because you do not know the answer. If you knew the answer, it wouldn't have been a question anyway. So while you are staying curious and then asking questions because you are not perfect, always leverage your community and try to build more. If you go for tech events, wherever you go, try to open up that door for connection, because that is what is going to keep you grounded in the tech journey. While you are starting off, while either you are going to be an employee, you are going to go into entrepreneurship to own your own product, to build something, you need people. You need to stay connected with people. Then Ayo has also talked about it, build in public, share your journey. When I started off, I wasn't really a fan of posting about my work in social media, LinkedIn, and all of that. Until now, I don't really do a lot of it. But then nobody is really going to know what is in your laptop. Nobody knows. You need to share your journey, put it out there. When people are looking to hire, that is how they get across to you. Okay. You need to share your project, try to build open source stuff on your GitHub, things like a hobby project, pet projects like that. Put it out there. do not think about perfection. Don't think about failing. This is going to attract opportunities and the community at large. Then you also need to find your tribe. Try to join online groups, attend meetups, connect with other people that are learning alongside you. The people that are in this call. Okay. Then see the human side of technology. I've hinted on this a lot. You need to think about people, not just products. Okay. So you need to do it like it matters. Do it like your life depends on it, even if it doesn't. Do it like it matters. If you do it like it's just a hobby, like if this doesn't work, there's another opportunity for me, then you might find yourself lagging a little bit. Do it like it matters. Do not be scared to build anything. Whatever you think about, you can create it. Everything is possible. Okay. Do not be scared to build anything. A lot of them, I assure you, will end up in your laptop just yourself seeing it. But then one of them is going to make it out there. My time is up, and I think I covered almost all the things I wanted to talk to you about. So if you have any question within the final 1 minute, then we'll go through it while I hand over to the convener of the program.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Angel, you have the floor. I think you're taking over now.
Okay, thank you very much, Harrison. That was fantastic. So many things said. Guys, please share your work. Share your work is very, very, very important. Like, you must not be doing like those LinkedIn people and say, "Oh, I woke up today and I realized blah 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 blah." So there was someone, a founder from, not even a founder, there was someone on a particular team, I think Wise or one company like that, and they had just released a new product. I'm sharing this because I'm trying to give you like good times to share your work. Let's say you just, because sometimes there are NDAs, you can't talk about projects while you're working on them. But once they've gone live, you can come and talk about the fact that you're part of the people that made it happen. Whether you're the copywriter or you're the what, so just talk about it. Someone sees it and they're like, oh, this person was part of this. This is nice. Yeah. So now to our session, we're going to be talking about moving from passion to profession, and we're going to be hearing more real stories from people who have broken into tech. So they are not aspiring to perspire, they're already in it, right? So bringing up to this magnificent stage, we're bringing up Damilola, who is a brand and comms strategist. Hi, Dami. And then there's Abisola, who is a fantastic social media strategist. I know little about Bisola. She started from Nigeria and now she's earning in pounds. You guys view her. And then there's Solomon, who is also a founder. Welcome everyone. So we're going to be exploring how branding, content, and culture intersect with tech, and how to navigate, those early challenges like imposter syndrome while building confidence along the way. So I'm going to start with Dami. Can you give us a little backstory about how you got into tech? No fluff, like give us the real meat.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Damila Akinben. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. Let me just get that done. One minute, please. So sorry about that, guys.
Dami, can someone else go first?
Yeah, please. Can. Thank you.
Okay, BC, would you like to go first?
I don't mind. I can go first.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. Bear with me, everybody. I apologize for that, please. But can everybody hear me properly, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, thank you. Just going to share my screen. Am I presenting? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your slides.
All right, thank you. And can you see me?
Yes, we can see you glowing.
Thank you so much for joining, everybody. I really, really do appreciate. I'm happy that you all have considered me worthy to be here today. To listen to me. Thank you so much for joining, everybody, and thank you so much to the host Tekam for inviting me here today. I'm going to be talking about social media strategy, a creative path into tech. So inspiring everyday people to find their space in the digital world. So don't think about it and say, oh, what's she doing here? She's a social media manager. 1 second, please. I feel like I can't move my screen for some reason. I can't move to my next to the next screen. 1 second. Yep. So I'm going to share my story with you real quick. I'll start by saying that I am a retired accountant. When I was being introduced, it was mentioned that I am a retired accountant. I studied accounting in the university. I was going to become a chartered accountant. I'd written all of the exams. I was about to write the last one, and I decided that no, I don't want to become a chartered accountant. Because I do not like to follow the rules. Not like I don't follow rules, but I don't like the fact that I had to follow the rules that some people had come up with many years ago, and then I can't come up with my own strategy. I can't come up with things for myself. So I chose and say no, I don't want to become I don't want to be an accountant anymore. I want to be a social media manager. And my parents didn't believe in that. They wanted their child to be a chartered accountant. You know, it's proud. It's something of pride. It's something of joy to tell your friends. For my parents to tell their friends that, oh, my daughter is a chartered accountant. That to tell them that she is a social media manager. And in the year 2018, there were a lot of businesses breaking in online. There were a lot of people, older people bringing their businesses online. And I felt like, no, these people do not know. Older people do not know social media. They don't know how to use it. They're just doing it because every other person is doing it. So I said I was going to take advantage of it and become a social media manager. So into my slide. So today I work with brand, with startup using digital tools, strategy, storytelling to help them to grow their business. I didn't just start working with brand. I started with small scale businesses. I started managing businesses for small businesses. I did free jobs as well. I didn't just start making all of the money out at the beginning. I did some free job. I worked on myself. I was also an intern. I earned 15,000 without the data. There was no data there. But after learning online, I took a lot of professional courses, but I was scared to start. So I felt like, what could I do? What can I do to give me the encouragement to start? So I took some courses as well. I took online courses. And I told somebody, I asked them if I could become their intern. And they said, yes, you can become an intern with us. And they agreed to pay me 15,000. I was so excited, making my own money finally. So quickly, so I don't use the whole time today to talk about my story because I can see that I've only used 10 minutes to talk, 5 minutes to talk about my story. Quickly, I'm going to talk about what tech really means because I feel like a lot of people think that tech is just about coding. If it's not coding, if you're not developing applications, then you should not be in tech here. The tech bros are just those who develop. The tech girlies are just those who design UI, design experiences and all of that. So what does tech really mean? Tech isn't just about coding. It is about innovation, problem solving, and communication through digital tools. So if you don't like to code, there is a place for you. So I know that a lot of persons, like Daya said the other time, he said that he did not like to code. He felt like that was not what was for him. So he went into something else. He did something else that's the user experience. So if you feel like coding is not for me, welcome today. I'd like to tell you today, if no one has ever told you, that there is a place for you in social media. So you can become a creator, a strategist, a communicator, a designer, an analyst, everything. You can be whatsoever you want to become, because in the digital space, the sky is really wide, is really big for all of us to fly. My time is fast spent. So the keynote here is that if you use digital tools to create or to manage systems, you're already a part of tech. And I know that for most of us in our jobs that we are doing at the moment, we use digital tools. So you are already a part of tech already. So technology needs creativity, not just code. So if you have always thought that creativity, being in tech is just about the code, no, you need to be creative. We need innovation for you to be in tech. So I'm going to move to the next one now. I'll talk about how social media fits into tech. I know that while you're sitting there, you're thinking and saying, what's the social media strategy saying? You're not the tech girl we're talking about. So I'm going to tell you how social media fits into tech, and how it's not just for the coders, like I've been saying. Social media is the bridge between the people and technology. So irrespective of how much we love the technology, how much we love the new app, the app development, we still need the people, we need people that will bridge the gap between the people that need the product and the technology itself. So social media uses data analytics, it uses AI, automation to connect people with audience, to connect technologies with the audience. Every application, every brand, every startup needs visibility and engagement. So you know that all of these brands, like Harrison said, that they had, what's the name? They had a mobile application that kind of bridges how people pay their fees and all of that. So imagine there was no social media and there was nobody that could tell them about it. So that could spread the news about this product that is able to help students pay their fees easily. Imagine there was nobody to tell them about it. You know how difficult that would have been for them. So I'm going to talk about this real quick. I think I'm sharing something else. Bear with me, please. I can't see my screen. 1 second. I apologize, please. I can't see my screen anymore.
So your screen shows how social media fits into tech.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So our roles as social media managers and strategies are crucial in tech. Even if an app is perfectly created, it is as good as non-existent if no one knows about it. So like I just said, if nobody knows about the product, imagine nobody knows about the product, it's as if it's non-existent. So our job as social media managers is to share the bridge, is to break the bridge, to make sure that people know about the product that the developers have come up with. So social media is where innovation meets the audience and where technology speaks to the world. My time is fast spent, so I'm going to quickly talk about the career opportunity that we have in social media. So even tech products. So these are some of the stuff we have, some of the career opportunities that we have for you. Social media we have the social media management, we have content strategies, we have community managers, digital marketing associates, growth strategies. What does a social media manager do? They manage the online presence of brands and startups. Then we have the content strategies as well, creating digital plans and direction for campaigns. We have the community managers. What do? They engage and the growing the communities. So when you have also a brand, when you have a product, and then you're on social media, you need somebody that will also manage the community that you've built over the time, that you've built over the time. We also have the digital marketing associate. We know that digital marketing is like the umbrella, is the umbrella for which we have social media, but then you can still get a career, you can still work as a digital marketing associate for organizations that are big, for the bigger organization, they don't just hire a social media manager to do everything. But we know in Nigeria, when people hire a social media manager, they want you to do everything. But if you work in a bigger brand or in a bigger organization, a different person will be the content strategy, a different person will be the community manager, someone else will be the digital marketing associate, and the growth strategy. You might be wondering that who is the growth strategy? So their job is to iterate. They use the analytics that the social media, the content strategy, the community manager that have gotten, they use it in iteration to build results. So, you know, when you worked for about 6 months, you've posted consistently, you've done all that you need to do. The job of the growth strategies will now be to look into the analysis, to look into the insight and say, oh, what do we need to do? What did we do right? What did we do wrong? What needs to change? So that's their job. And so my keynote for you, or while we're talking about the careers in social media, is that whether you are creative, analytical, or strategic, there is a place for you in tech through social media. So you don't have to, you don't need a career, you don't need a degree. As long as you have, you're analytical, you're creative, you are strategic, then there is a space for you. Next, I'm going to talk about this. So just before I move ahead from the career, so is the career for everyone? You might be thinking, no, I didn't study anything relating to marketing. Is this career for me? Yes, it is for you. You can switch from or to this career irrespective of what you study, irrespective of what you are doing at the moment. Let's say you are a nurse at the moment and you feel like, oh, I want to switch into tech, I want to become a social media manager, I want to become a social media strategy. You are able to transfer all of the skills that you have at the moment into this one. So tech values degree, if it values skills over the degree that you have. Digital world needs creative thinkers and communicators and not just degree holder. Your experience gives you a unique insight and an edge. So bring this in. If you can learn tools and understand people, you can thrive in this field. I'll move quickly to the. So these are some of the skills that you need to become a social media manager or to work in social media. We're not focusing just on social media management. We want to focus on social media as a whole and the career opportunities that we have for you. So the skill that you need is to be a strategic thinker. So if you feel like this is something I know how to do, yeah, so you are then to be a data analyst, to have the data analytics, you need to be able to measure the data you have to create to rebrand your product. So with the data, like I said earlier, once you've you've worked for about 3 to 6 months, you get to use the data to create more strategy. So creativity, if you think you're creative, then there is a space for you because visuals attracts people. So when people see beautiful visuals, they're attracted to your. We want graphic designers, we want videographers, and all of that creativity thrives here. Digital literacy, of course, for you to so you need to be literate digitally. You need to know how to use your phone, your laptops, and the likes of that. Solving, you need to know how to solve problems. You need to be able to think and say, oh, this situation, what solution can I find to it? So this is one of the things we need. These are some of the skills that we need: consistency and collaboration. I love it that a lot of persons have spoken about consistency and collaboration. It means that you cannot thrive anywhere. You cannot thrive anywhere if you're not consistent. You cannot show up today and you're showing up elsewhere. You cannot be a social media manager today and tomorrow you want to be a UI UX designer. So you need to sit down, you need to be consistent, you need to focus on something. And the last one is collaboration. We cannot overemphasize the importance of collaboration. If you know that you want to grow in whatsoever career that you have chosen, you need to learn to collaborate with other person. You cannot fly alone. If you have other people, they share their knowledge. But I'm going to use something as an example. If you post on social media, you alone, probably you get 20 views. But if you collaborate with your friend that also has 20, now have 40 views. So that's the importance of collaboration. Okay. So tech is built for curious learners and not just coders. Oh, I have some list of platforms you can learn from. I'm going to share my you later. Apologize, please. So we have Coursera. You can get some free stuff there. We have the Skillshare, we have Google Digital Garage, the LinkedIn Learning, and we have the StopUp Academy. You can get some of them for free. Some of them are paid, and very, very, very affordable. Coursera, if you are a student, you can just show them your ID, your student's ID, and then they would give you the course for free. So, or if you are a low income earner, they would give you most of their courses for free. Quick to just move on to my advice. Apologize, please, for keeping you. I believe my time mark did not start early. So my advice for you is your current field can lead you into tech. Your skills are transferable. So don't feel like you don't have to at home. All of the skills you have, maybe empathy, strategic thinking, all of that are important and needed here as well. Be consistent with learning and creating. Don't learn leave it tomorrow and say, oh, I'm not learning. Don't be a bird. You know, birds, they eat here, they eat there. They don't focus on one thing. So don't be a bird. Start small. Don't feel like, oh, I need to learn that I need to learn. You can start from wherever you are. So create that page today. Start the learning today. You don't need a laptop. If you don't have a laptop yet, you can start with your mobile phone. So start with whatsoever you have at the moment. Volunteer. I told you that when I started, I did some free job and I was also learning, earning 15,000 naira. So you don't have to earn all of the big money. You don't earn big at the beginning. It's a gradual process. I apologize for taking your time. Please take free courses. I've given you some of them. I'm going to share my slide with you if you need it later. At the end of the tech needs storytellers as much as we need developers, not just developers at the techies. We help you also, storytellers, whatsoever skill you have, we need you in. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. And I apologize. I hope that next invited, I'll be giving maybe 12 hours or an hour to leave so I can speak for long. I do enjoy talking. Thank you so much for having me, everybody. And I hope that you enjoy your step. Bye for now.
Thank you so much, BC. That was so beautiful. So many
Thank
key
you.
takeaways. Damilola, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm very, very much ready right now.
Okay, the floor is yours and your time starts now.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And then before I proceed, I would like to apologize for the initial break in transmission. So now I'm going to start with my presentation. Okay, but before I actually go ahead with my presentation, I would like to first of all give you guys a brief introduction about myself. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, so my name is Damilola Akindoye. I'm a brand communication strategist, and then I'm so passionate about helping businesses to craft their authentic and then memorable brand stories. You must have seen a lot of brands online, and then you must have wondered how are they able to actually stay consistent for a very, very long time. I'm talking about brands like Coca-Cola. I'm talking about brands like Unilever. You will know that there are some brands that have been in existence for over 50 years. And then how are they able to not transition from the analog days into the modern digital space when we're talking about the social media, we're talking about the brand, how they keep their story out there. There are some brands that whenever you see them, mere looking at their color, you can tell, okay, this is Coca-Cola color, this is MTN color, and this is, let's say, Unilever. So I'm going to be breaking down my journey with you guys, how I was able to actually break into tech without having a tech background. So I did not start my journey I didn't start my journey as a developer. I didn't start as a coder, and I didn't start like maybe I have any background in software engineering and so on and so forth. But normally, when it comes to tech, tech is no longer about developer. It's no longer about developing, writing code and all those things. So branding itself, branding and marketing and then content strategy is encapsulate inside technology. And then one thing I noticed over time is that brands from Apple to Nike was not just about their product. They built systems that were powered by technology. So whenever I work with brands, I realized that understanding tech gave me the more power to actually bring ideas into life through their website, digital tools, analysis, and automation. That's when I decided as a cheap dive deeper into tech is going to help me to actually connect both creativity and technology together. Now, when we were talking about branding, what does it mean to have to brand? What is branding? Branding is actually the process of shaping how people perceive a person, business, or products emotionally and visually. So branding is not just for businesses. Branding also has to do with your personality. And then if you look at it these days, most people don't really actually wanted to always buy from brands because they've seen the brand story. If you can put yourself together, you can put your story together, and you put yourself up as a brand, you can also make a move in the market. So when you're talking about branding, branding is not just about business, it's not just about all the big companies that you see around. Branding goes to how people perceive you as a person. And then there is a way you want people to also perceive you whenever you are talking about of your story, and then there's way people see you, there's an idea that they have about you. That is what we call branding. So also when we're talking about content, content is just voice and the story that communicates that brand. When people see you, what do they think about you? How did you put yourself out there? And then content can be, it can be videos, it can be visuals, it can be words, it can even be the experience. And then now we're talking about culture. The shared values, habits, and behaviors that influence how people engage with brands and technology is the culture. Am I communicating, please? So
Yes, you are.
the way people actually connect, and then their habits, their values, and their whatever influences their behavior towards your brand is your brand culture. And then the most important thing that we're also going to be talking about this evening is how technology now carve and then bring all these three things together, which is branding, content, and then culture. Because technology is actually the tools and system that they are all scalable, from social media algorithm and to AI-driven creativity. All these things cannot do without technology. Talking about the branding, the content, the culture. Technology is that space that actually help us to bring everything together. My next slide is going to show you how everything intersects, which is this. This is the intersection. This is where the magic happens. So I'm going to use using this pie chart as an example for us to actually understand. So if you look at, we have culture, and we have content, and we have branding. And then if you look at how they all intersect, technology is at the center of everything. Do you understand my point? Technology is at the center of everything. So let me just give a brief explanation of this. Branding defines who you are. Content expresses what you say. Culture decides how people perceive it. And then technology amplifies how far it travels. So all these three things, branding, culture, and content, technology is at the middle, is at the pinpoint of everything. So technology is no longer about coders, like I said, and then it is a decade ago, tech was like, for when you talk about techs, sometimes back, you think about software engineer, to think about coding, HTML, and all those things. But today, brand and creator is powered by tech. So whether it's automation, analysis, stream algorithm, or AI tools, and then you know that these days AI can actually do a lot of things. You, and that means that with the backgrounds in branding, storytelling, and communication and design, they can all have a place in technology. So if whether you are into branding, you are good in social media, you are a good storyteller, and then you are very good with communications, there is a place for you in technology. So don't just think that whether when you talk about technology, or you talk about coding, or you're talking about software engineering. No, the world has actually evolved. You can even specialize in just artificial intelligence, which is AI, and then before you know it, you are already at the higher sphere when it comes to technology. So going forward, there is a turning point. When did I actually get to that my turning point? When I stopped seeing tech as something separate from creative part. Because before and while you talk about technology, there is this place between there's this loophole between creativity and then technology. But at what point do I actually stop seeing technology as being different from what I know I do? So it was my ability to tell stories through content, and then was able to actually teach and tell skills. My ability to actually tell stories through content was a tech skills. So what does that mean? Whenever I'm trying to put out a graphic design, or whenever I'm trying to put out a visuals, ability to actually see how my creativity interacts with technology is actually a tech skill. And then another thing is my strategy work in branding was digital architecture. So whenever I'm working on our strategy for brand, how people can actually interact with their branding and all those things, I always see myself using some technological, I'm always using myself using some tech, some tools to actually make that happen. So in my day-to-day activities, I always interact with technology. So my journey so far, what I've learned over the time, number one is that you have to stay curious. The tech world changes daily. Curiosity is your greatest asset. Most of the speakers here tonight have already told you that you don't just stay redundant. You are always on your toes to actually want to know what is going on, what is in trend, and then you always want to learn more. And then you have to also learn how to leverage on what you already know. There are some of us here today, whether you've already learned something about branding in the past, you've learned something about graphics design, you've learned something about video editing. Don't think all those things that you've learned in the past are totally separate from technology. You can also start from whatever you've known in the past, bring it together and see how you can now infuse technology into it and make technology the backbone of those things that you've already learned, of those skills that you have. And then we also talk, I also learned that the language of tech, learning the language of tech is very, very, very important. You have to understand what it means for, or what UI UX means, what is data, what is AI, what is the digital ecosystem. There are a lot of languages that you're supposed to learn when it comes to digital framework, when it comes to digital ecosystem. So we also must learn that collaboration is very, very important. I think I cannot emphasize this enough, because almost everybody that has actually spoken here, they spoken about collaboration, how it is actually very, very important. You can't fly in isolation. You can't feel like your ideas are the holistic ideas. That's the reason why there is strength in collaboration, and there is power in collaboration. You cannot even emphasize that enough. And then the last part is that you must learn to build projects. When I was talking the other time about how you actually got better with your software engineering, he talked about how he took on projects just to make himself better. So that is the way it is for every skills as well. Whether you are talking about branding, you can just come up with a brand story that you want to tell using technology. Just do it, put it together, and see how people actually perceive it. Make it like you are actually interacting with a real life client, and then make sure that you actually get to the end of that project. So by so doing, you are increasing your confidence, and you're also increasing your skill set. And then also, when we are talking about, I also like to talk about that the future of technology, the future in this world and everything we are going to be doing, it belongs to hybrid thinkers, people who can combine creativity with technology. So it's not just about being creative, it's about how you can actually infuse your creativity with technology. So for instance, now I've seen someone I've seen someone that does art. He draws. He's a very good artist, and he was able to actually infuse that artwork with his technology. What this man actually did was that whenever you scan his artwork, it becomes it animates it. But when you're looking at the artwork, normally there's no any animation. Whenever you just pick your phone and you just scan the artwork gets animated. that is what you can do whenever you are. That is what our technology actually helps you to do. So technology these days, my advice for you people that wants to break into technology is just that you must be able to infuse both your creativity into technology, and then don't just feel like technology is for coders, technology is for this, technology is for that. Tech is for everybody, and then the truth is that tech has come to stay, and then it's not something that we can actually do away from. I only get people when they say that AI is making you lazy, or AI is going to take away your job, or AI is going to take your job away from you. To me, what I normally tell people is that artificial intelligence is also a tool for you to actually help your creativity. So don't just think like you want to go and then you don't want to infuse technology into whatever you do, especially when it comes to branding, communications, and then strategy. So before you even work on a strategy, you can actually do a testing on for your strategy. With this work, you can actually put it together, use technology to actually analyze it first before you put it out there. So those are the benefits and those are the advantages. And my advice for you, if you want to go into tech, is that it's never too late for you to actually go into tech. There are a lot of skills that you can actually learn. When Bisala was in her presentation, she made mention of a lot of websites where you can actually go to learn from, talking about the Udemy and all those stuff. So technology has come to stay. And then if you are going to venture into technology, or if you are going to break into tech, the time is just right now as I'm talking to you now. And then it is something that you are going to enjoy doing. Trust me. Thank you so much, everyone. So I will leave the remaining few seconds for questions. Thank you.
If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand or drop it in the chat. Thank you so much, Damilola.
Sorry,
Thank
Angela.
you.
Angela, before you go on with Yatete, Mr. Dami, thank you for the section. You can end your presentation now. So
Okay.
we have a breakout section where we'll be able to answer questions. It's part of the agenda for today. If you have any question, you can type them on the group and type the name of the speaker or the section you are trying to refer to, so that we'll be able to go on with time and be able to answer your question and advise you on whichever way you want it. So we won't be interrupting our speaker. So I think Mr. Solomon, let me injure. Mr. Solomon, you can continue. You have the floor.
All right, guys, can you hear me? Oops.
Yes,
Yes,
we
I
can.
can hear you.
Please, apologies. I am stuck somewhere, so I just have to stop by and then ensure that I still benefit from this program, and not just benefit, but also see how I can impact the next generation of leaders in the tech sector. And thank you, D1, for setting up this powerful conversation. I've been listening all through. In as much as I've had so many years of experience within this sector, it still feels as though I'm also learning how to navigate my way in this tech sector. By the way, I wouldn't be boring the audience with a whole lot about tech is this, tech is that, from the beginning of the first speaker down to the most last speaker that spoke. I think almost everyone has been touching about how technology has impacted each and everyone's life, what they have been able to benefit, as well as putting on an idea of how the future in tech lies. But I think I'll be talking more around navigating imposter syndrome as well as building confidence within the tech space, because I believe that while you are on the quest to acquire this tech skill that will make you or set you apart from your peers, there is also some things or some factors that would want to pull you down. And one of which is, imposter syndrome. If you are able to break that barrier of having an imposter syndrome, definitely building confidence shouldn't be a challenge to you per se. But I know most of us, if not everyone on this call, understand what an imposter syndrome is. But in my content, it's just feeling you are not that good enough, or you are not that qualified for certain things that we are looking to achieve. But in turn, if you turn it the other way around, it shouldn't be a sign of weakness to you, but rather it should be a sign of growth. And it is one thing that we always face in the tech sector, as a tech person, be it your beginner stage, your intermediate stage, or your advanced stage, there is this level of self-doubt that you might feel at some point that if you don't look at it or think or pay keen attention into it, might amplify to a level where you begin to ask yourself, where did I go wrong? What am I doing that is not right? So for me, I rather see it as an enabler, a sign of growth rather than a sign of weakness. But beyond just understanding what imposter syndrome is all about, there are certain things that I can be seen as a root cause of this imposter syndrome. For me, one of which is the root causes of what I feel is part of those that affect us very well when we're talking about looking around what imposter syndrome is: comparison. There is so much in the comparison sector whereby we want to compare our day one with someone who is already in his 5 years achievement. So breaking into tech, for instance, most of us who found ourselves into tech space, I'm not one of them anyway, but because of my experience mentoring and coaching the next generation of tech stars, sometimes these guys found themselves in tech because their friend is earning 6 figures, 7 figures. They fail to understand the process in between the thin line that is making them earn that amount of money. One of the speakers here even mentioned AY here by saying at some point his first salary is assumed an internet first salary was meant to be 70,000. But at the end of the day, he not even earned a dime from that 70,000 that was expected of him. It was his second job that actually made him earn. And then you can't break into this space and then be comparing your day one with somebody who has already spent 5 years into that sector. That's one thing. And then another thing is lacking the right identification in relating the right role models you need for your tech journey. Yes, we have so many tech persons out there. If you go on LinkedIn, if you go on Twitter, go on Facebook, and all of these platforms, even seminars, events, just like what we are having here. There are a lot of persons that might speak that would ignite the fire in you, but that doesn't mean these persons are actually the most relatable role models that you should emulate. You have to also take time to understand what these persons do very well and how you resonate with your your internet achievements. Another one is the fear of failure. There is a way tech will want to make you want to have everything look like it's perfect, or you want to have everything look like you are up to date. It doesn't happen overnight. There is a time when you learn, and one beauty about tech I've always come to realize is you relearn, you unlearn, and you learn. That's how you keep updating yourself. No wonder even when mobile phones or apps or laptops, you see today we have version 1.0, tomorrow another version that beats that version comes, meaning you keep needs, you have to update yourself. And by updating yourself, you need to eliminate the fear of failure. In fact, in failing, you get to even learn more. For me, I actually love failing, but there has to be a strategic way of failing. I don't want to be failing and be mocked, but rather I want to be failing and then learning how to, when I find myself in that position again, this and this should be the things that I should do that will make me better than my previous version. And then, of course, another one is, external pressure. And this external pressure could come from your family, your social media, or your peers. Your family might be having high level of expectations on your deliverables, on what you do. You see that moment where you just break into tech and no one understand what you are doing. And then that urgent 100K, that urgent 500K, that urgent 1 million comes into play. And then all of a sudden, your father, your mother, your siblings will begin to insist that you should have sleepless nights so that you'll be earning more, or wanting to begin to call you for urgent 2K back to back because they are beginning to see light in what you are doing, or beginning to compare yourself, just like the first imposter syndrome that I mentioned, comparison. Compare yourself with your peers. Maybe the person that is also a senior software developer like you is earning 1 million per month. Why you are a senior software developer, on the other end, you are earning 100,000 per month. Time and season matters. Different ecosystem matters. We might be working in the same sector, but I am in Benue, for instance. You are in Lagos. What the people pay in Lagos is quite different from what they pay here in Benue. And then you begin to compare yourself. So until the exposure comes into play, all of these things shouldn't be, a thing to consider. But Beyond identifying this virus imposter syndrome, it is also important for us to have a mindset shift. And here too, this is where I highlight about few points that will help us understand how to have a very strong mindset shift. And having a mindset shift here, we need to reframe ourselves from the fear of learning. You know, you can't be scared of growth. Growth is something that you should be even happy of. What you learn today becomes obsolete tomorrow. So you have to learn as you grow in the ecosystem. And the next one is, having some level of confidence. Confidence is built, it is not inherited. This is not um, inheriting our parents' surnames, right? It is something that you have to build. It comes over time, practice all and all and all along. The next for me here is you valuing your journey and not perfection. Most times, what we are craving for in this space is not the journey itself, but is the perfection that comes with the journey. Nobody can ever be perfect. You learn through the process of your journey. You, as you spend 5 years, the person that has spent 10 years might have experience that is more way deeper than what you have spent in your 5 year journey. And that is also translates to the person that will be spending 5 days. You don't expect me who has spent 5 months as well as the person that is just spending 5 years to be 5 days rather to be on the same level in the ecosystem. And then, of course, the next idea that I would want to shift in speak on the importance of mindset shift here is about your voice as well as your background. Your voice in the space as well as your background will have a unique advantage on you. And then in the background here, this is where I talk about the environment itself. You know, this whole tech thing, no man is an island. One of the speakers also highlighted you can't go on a solo journey when you are in tech. Going for summits, seminars, meetup, hangouts, all of these things are part of the things that will build that background that you have in tech. Having the right mentorship as well as those who would hold you accountable on your journey are some of the things that you need to put yourself in in a space where you would appreciate that your journey in tech was worthwhile. And beyond having a mindset shift, we need to understand there are certain practical tools that you would utilize to help you have an effective journey when you're talking about managing your imposter syndrome as well as building confidence. The first and foremost is documenting your wins. For being beyond just documenting your wins, share your story, share your achievements, share your journey. People need to learn from you. People need to grow with you in that sector. I had 2 events today that I spoke on, physical event that I was a speaker. I'm just waiting for the media team to be able to share these clips with me so that I'll be able to write about my contributions in these respective events that I attended. And then obviously at the end of the day, this event so that we are having here, I'm also going to share my journey as well as my story. As to those who were unable to join us on social media or were able to join us on this particular session that we're having now, so that when they read through my post on the media platform, they will be able to pick one or two things that will help them, change the course of how they want to navigate their journey. So documenting your wins, your backstory and your successes is another thing that will help you set you on this journey that you want to go. The next thing is setting clear and realistic milestones. Most times when we want to break into the tech sector or we even broke into the tech sector, we forget to understand that those humble beginnings, those small wins are very important. Before you build a product that you have high traffic of downloads from US, from UK, you need to understand your immediate environment. And by understanding your immediate environment, this is where you begin to look at the journey, your customers. One of the speakers even spoke, it is not about building the product itself, but also building the product to serve the people you want them to use. So our concern should be more on setting realistic goals and milestones. The next is being accountable or having someone who will hold you by your hand to be an accountability partner for you. Sometimes when you are in this journey, having people who will check on your progress, your milestones, your achievements, people who will hold you where you say you will do this and at the end of a year or at the end of 6 months you are unable to do it, they should be able to ask you why you were unable to do it, what happened that you didn't do it. and what will make you do all of this. So having an accountability partner in your journey will also be one of the most effective tools that you will utilize in setting yourself apart. And then also remember to highlight what you do know instead of what you lack. Sometimes when we want to go into this journey or we go into this journey, especially for the beginners, you've not even started any 100,000 per month, and then you are already looking for MacBook Pro M4 to buy. You want to save your future 2 years salary to just come and buy something that you don't even know how to sell yourself to your customers. Come on, bro. You need to put yourself in a position where you understand that what you have at the moment as well as what you know at that moment is better than what you lack. And in identifying this, you can start with the little gadgets that you have. Your laptop that if you open it sounds as though it's a past my neighbor generator that they are kicking for more than 7 times before it turns on. No problem. They might laugh at you at the beginner stage, but when you begin to make yourself comfortable in the journey and start aiming the desired things you want to aim, you appreciate that the journey was better for you than dwelling about the things that you lack. And after all of this said and done, there are certain daily habits that we need to build to help us have the much needed level of confidence that we want. And for me, one of those that I've always done is by showing up consistency, even when I feel unprepared. I don't know whether AY or D1 were able to look at my LinkedIn profile today or look at my Facebook profile this morning. I woke up this morning and then the only thought that was coming to my head was, bro, you need some rest. And this is because most times, as a tech person, you even have less than 7 hours to sleep a day. I don't know for others, but for me, anything that will make me not to sleep till 10 p.m., then I know I'm not going to sleep till 12 a.m. And once it's 4:30 a.m., without an alarm, my system is already up. But while I'm tired, I know that there are certain demands that I need to sort out. But it could be family, it could be office needs, and the more you grow in the tech sector, you grow in ranks. At some point, you find yourself being a developer, being a designer. From there you go into being a consultant. From there you go into being a founder, and this journey keeps going. The more it grows, the more you begin to, have demands for you. The next in building a strong confidence level in your journey is to be able to track your growth weekly as well as monthly. What did I say I was going to do the previous months? It's like you having your tracker across a week, across a month, across. But what I do more often is I have mine across 3 quarters. I mean the 4 quarters of a year. So every three months, I'm able to check what I had told myself that I was going to achieve, and by so doing, I look at the things that I was unable to achieve, and then I see how I can spread them across the remaining quarters of the year. Ask for help when you need help. Nobody grows alone. Nobody knows everything. That thing that you are finding it difficult, trust me, the next person sitting behind you or beside you, it can just be the snap of a finger. The person will do it in less than a minute for you. So it is always good to ask for help. Celebrate every tiny progress. That progress that if you feel is nothing to you, it might mean something to someone. So celebrate every process and say yes to opportunities that will scare you. But be careful with some opportunities that will scare you, because some opportunities that will scare you, if you say yes to it, you might end up standing in front of a judge or standing in front of a policeman to write statements. So be careful as to why you say yes to certain opportunities. So for me, before I wrap up, imposter syndrome is very loud, but your journey will always speak louder than the imposter syndrome. So at the end of the day, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that confidence is more valuable on your tech journey than you having imposter syndrome. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the comment section or in the WhatsApp to take more questions.
Thank you so much. That was such an insightful session. Over to you, Dayo.
Angel, you can go ahead, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent a message to you on the group. You can check that.
Okay. Okay, I'm back. Hi everyone. So first of all, I want this next session to be very engaging. So we're going to be talking about LinkedIn profiles. How many of us are on LinkedIn? I'll be in the chat. I'm waiting to see. If you're on LinkedIn, just type a yes. I am waiting to see your answers. Okay. More answers were yes, yes, yes. How many of us have our profiles optimized on LinkedIn? If your profile is optimized, meaning that you have a clear profile picture, you have a clear about section, your creator mode is even turned on, meaning that people can follow you. You know, people following you are different from those who connect with you on LinkedIn. If you've done all of these, just type optimize in the comments. I'm waiting to see if you've done, oh, okay, not optimized. I'm waiting to see more responses. If your LinkedIn is optimized, type optimized. If it's not optimized, type not optimized. As this is partially what's remaining to optimize it, what's holding you back. Okay, so first of all, let's just talk about, let's just bust some myths about LinkedIn, because I see a lot of people coming online, especially on Twitter and Instagram. They'll be dragging people on LinkedIn saying that, oh, LinkedIn people are always aspiring to perspire. They'll come and say, oh, this morning while I was walking, I saw someone crossing the road and he occurred to me. All these funny things, right? I mean, it's funny while it lasts, but those people that are being laughed at, they're getting posted by recruiters, they're getting posted by different people for different reasons, right? My LinkedIn is optimized. I've not even posted for a long time, but I still have people reaching out to me, people saying, oh, I know that you're qualified for this, so please apply for this, or I want to recommend you for this. And I'm the one saying that, oh, I'm not interested in that. Because I actually have over 6 years of experience in the social media marketing space. Before I left social media marketing, I had people reaching out every other week, and I am not capping, like every other week, people reaching out to me, oh, would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? People saying, oh, we know you're busy, you don't have time to come in fully, but can you do this? Can you do that? Can you train? Even people asking me to train their staff, right, on social media marketing. So LinkedIn is actually a good mind. I know that more people are getting on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn has not even gotten to the peak, meaning that there's still room for you in your industry. So what are some things that you should look out for when it comes to LinkedIn optimization? Give me a moment to share my slides if I can find it. So what are some things that you should look out for on LinkedIn? First of all, like I said, LinkedIn is not only for job seekers. It has more opportunities than you could ever think of, because jobs will literally be looking for you as long as your LinkedIn is optimized. LinkedIn is not a place for you to go and put your CV and hang it there, or just a place for you to be updating everything that you learn online. I mean, that is good, but LinkedIn is much more than that. So here are things that I believe that everyone should have on their LinkedIn right now. I'm going to use my own LinkedIn as a case study. A moment, let me share my screen. So I'm not giving you just any handbook, but I am literally showing you things that you should watch out for based on what I have done. Okay. I believe you can see my screen, yeah?
Yes,
see my
we can
screen?
see your screen.
Okay, awesome. So if you look at my screen, you can see that there's actually a banner. Now, my banner is based on what I do, education advocacy. So if anyone is thinking of creating a campaign around education advocacy, going on school tours, speaking to kids, guess who they are going to look for? Me. Yeah, because it's on my banner that I do that. Career development, anything career related for entry level professionals, they know that they should reach out to me. When it comes to unconventional pathways, so I have a brand called Career Road Network. We used to do street interviews and interview students to know what they're doing to make money and all of that. So we talk about unconventional careers, right? It speaks to what I do. And then there's something I say, which is you mustn't be only one thing for the rest of your life. It is just right at the top there, and then with my picture to the side. Don't come and put your picture at the side where your profile picture is. If you don't do it well, your profile picture is going to cover that, right? So this gray part is called a LinkedIn banner. So you should have a LinkedIn banner which speaks to what you do, right? So think of 3 keywords, 4 keywords, whatever it is that speaks to what you do. I'm going to search someone else's LinkedIn page so that you can see. You can see this is Homa Awogu. She's known as the LinkedIn Queen. I don't know if she took down her banner, but she should have a banner. You can see her name is there. Use your legal name, right? This is not Instagram. I believe that everyone knows that. And then your bio should speak to what you do. She's both to say #1 LinkedIn growth expert because she has work that backs it up. If you don't have work that backs up whatever you're putting on your profile, please do not put it there. Please do not put it there. Only put things that are true to you, right? And then she also put some things that she does. Genius. Why does she say she's a genius? Because she helps C-level executives, business owners, freelancers, and professionals gain visibility and monetize LinkedIn, which is true. How does she do this? Via her LinkedIn consistency challenge. Now back to my own page, you can see I say advocating for education and career reform, guiding young professionals in their career journey through my content. I do all of these things, so they are true to me. So, what are the things that you can help people do? And when you're thinking of your LinkedIn bio, think of it from 2 ways. One, what are things that you want to get hired for? So, if you're thinking of working at companies, what are things that you can do for those companies, right? So, what services can you be paid for? So, think freelancing. If freelancing is your thing, what services can you be paid for? So, these are things that can inform the things that you can write on your LinkedIn bio. For example, like someone like Homa, what was prevailing in her LinkedIn bio is that she helps C-suite executives, business owners, and professionals monetize LinkedIn, which is true to her. Then there is also your about section. Now, your about section talks about it's just a summary of who you are. So you can think of past, present, and where you're going to. What have you done in the past? This is not a place to be modest. So please, if you've done something, please talk about it. I'm not saying come and dump all your resume or everything that you've done here, but think about what you've done before. What are your experience? Because someone might have an opportunity that aligns with you, but because it's not shown here, they don't know that you've done it before, then they cannot reach out to you. I'm going to share a story. There's this guy who worked at Flutterwave, and he was talking about how during his interview, the manager, or rather 5 years after he had joined Flutterwave, the manager was like, "Do you even know why I hired you?" And he was like, "Why did you hire me?" And the manager said, "On your CV, I saw that you had worked at a bakery before, and that showed me that you have an idea of managing things and all of that." And I was like, "Huh? How does that even work?" And indeed, it's true because he was the manager of the bakery. It involves stock count and all of that. So transferable skills, the manager was able to see how his skills from the bakery would translate to his role as a product manager in tech, right? You might not be able to see how this connects, but these experiences, when you keep them on your about section strategically, people are able to look at it and then connect the dots for you, even though you yourself you might not be able to connect the dots in that moment. How do you connect bakery and tech manager, right? Only the person who is looking for something knows what they're looking for. And then talk about what you're working on at the moment, right? And then where you're looking to go, what are the things that you want to do. As you can see, mine says I'm on a mission to reshape career development by fostering adaptability, critical thinking, and real world skills for students. I'm always excited to connect with like-minded people who believe in empowering you to discover their unique path in life. You can see there that it's clear, right? My main focus is students and youth. If a mid-level or a senior level executive reaches out to me that they want career coaching, I'll be shocked because I'm like, I'm not the person for you, right? My profile clearly states that I'm not the person for you. Now, top skills, you can edit your top skills session to show the skills that you have and the skills that you want people to reach out to you for. I'm glad that I'm presenting on mobile so that you know how to do all of these things and not wonder how it is done. So I'm just going to go to the enhanced profile part. You see here that to enhance your profile, it says that you have to be a premium person, but that is not really necessary. You can do all of these without enhancing anything. But just click on the edit here. Once you click on the edit, you can add your name, your middle name. You can record an audio of how your name is pronounced so that people do not murder it. And then here you can put your headline. Your headline is your LinkedIn bio, basically. Oh, I think my time is up. And then you can put your current position, your industry, your education, and all of that, and then save. And then your about section, just come here and there's a pen icon at the about section. You click that to edit your about section. And basically just play around with your LinkedIn page. And if you want, there are some free resources that I can share with you people on optimizing your LinkedIn. And then before I go, consistency pays on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn, I kid you not, LinkedIn is one of the, not one, it is the platform where you can grow the most, where you can grow the fastest, right? So just do a consistency challenge that, oh, you're going to post 3 times weekly on LinkedIn for a month and see how that goes. Connect with people who are in your industry, because I mean, the jobs are circulating in your industry, so they know who is hiring, what's up and what's trending and all of that. So when there's opportunities, they're able to link you with those opportunities. So don't be scared to post on LinkedIn. And if you're thinking about what to post on LinkedIn, think about projects that you've done, think about what you're learning, think about the things that you're aspiring to. Who knows, someone might be working on such projects and then decide to bring you on. And like they said over and over again, collaborate. Collaboration can mean leaving a thoughtful comment on someone in the same, on the post of someone in your industry. That's how more people find you. So I hope you found this session helpful. And I look forward to connecting with you guys on LinkedIn. Feel free to send a connection request. Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. I really appreciate your contribution, and for everyone that have been speaking, and for everyone that have joined. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys for joining, and it's a privilege to have everyone here, and also to share our experience with everyone on this conference. So we really appreciate. We thank you. It's not ending yet, but soon we round up. So before we go, this section is just to like a breakout section for us. To for us, it's going to give us room to be able to join the group. And on the group, I'm going to be dropping the link in the chat box and pin the link. I will advise you to join the group. From the group, when you join the group, put your interest, in the area you want to switch to or you want to improve on, because I can assure you, some of us on these, some of us here, and some of us already have that understanding of tech, like Bello. Bello is a software developer. We have some other people who already shows that, okay, I'm interested in so. I'm interested in this. So on the group, so you can just put the interest, what you are interested in on the group, and with that, you'll be able to guide you and put you in a subgroup and be able to add everyone to the subgroup and give you a follow-up. We don't want to leave everyone hanging. We want to follow your progress. We want to be able to monitor your progress, see how you're doing. How are you doing? If you need anything, we are there to help you. If you want the mentor is going to be a mentorship, maybe let's say 3 months or 2. It depends on the kind of path you're choosing to know that, okay, the mentorship is not just going to be a mentorship. Like for whoever that is joining product design, I don't know about the other developer, the speaker, they might have something packaged for you. I want to go through this journey with you by training and mentorship. So it's going to be like training and mentorship. So it's not just you coming to me, asking me question, then going and like that. So I want to join you in this section to be able to train you and help you to grow and achieve something in this field. I don't want you guys to make the same mistake we made when we were starting. My own case, if I had known, if I had asked someone who is ready to mentor me, instead of wasting that time to be looking for who to be following, who to be mentoring me, and to be guiding me, I would have been able to go forward and do something. But I can assure you, with this this platform, this community that we've created, we will be able to. The link is not working. We'll be able to. We'll be able to. Hold on, just hold on for me. I'm trying to check the what's it called, the link, to see why it's not. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm dropping another one. It's the same link. Okay. I'll check the settings. Okay. All right. So people are joining. So you can try and join again. It might be from your end and try. If you can copy and paste. If you are using your mobile, copy and paste the link or click the link directly from the chat box. Don't type. Don't because if you add any letter to it or anything, you might not be able to join. So that might be the reason why you're unable to join. So, and also this section. Okay, the link is working. Thank you, Mrs. Tolulope. And this section is just to take our questions. If you have any question before we round up, because we've got everything in stock. We also, before we round up, I have some things to share with you guys from the speakers, what we do. And we'll be able to, in case you are interested, we'll be able to, take you through further and be able to help you in everything. So like I said, some of us are co-founders, some of us are CEOs, some of us are trainers, some of us are facilitators. You might have a project you want people to join you with. You have developers here, you have content developer, you have digital marketers, you have brand and communication strategists, anything, name it. I know of people from this section that have joined this section, people who are interested in product design, web design, branding and video editing, people who are ready to learn. So when you join the group, please kindly put it there what you are trying to join, what you are trying to learn, the career path you've chosen from all the things you've mentioned. Don't limit it to what we've mentioned, like product designers, software development, social media. Don't limit it to that. We have data analytics, we have cyber security, name them, graphic designer. These are the career paths you can choose. So if you have any question, please drop your question so that we can quickly take through. We have like less than 30 minutes to go, so that we can quickly take questions, answer them, and we end it for today, and we take it from there. And don't forget, join the group. From the group, put it there that this is the area I want to learn, and we add it to a subgroup where we take it further from there. So please feel free to ask your question. If you don't have any question, then we can move on to the next thing and round up so we don't waste our time. You can go ahead. Or if any of the speakers have one or two things to add from all the things they've said, you can quickly use 2 minutes to add them, and if they're in the acceptance of no questions, so we can go ahead and do that. Yes, there is a link pinned in the chat box. Just click on the link. It's going to give you the access to join the group, please. Does any speaker have anything to add to what they've said? If you do, just on your mic and speak, so I can put off mine, so that you can add one or two things to what you've said. Okay, so it seems that all the speakers are good. We are all good to go. And Angel, as a career and educator, you're not seeing any LinkedIn link. No. It's a WhatsApp group. This is the group we've created for us to be able to monitor everyone in this community. This is a community we've started already. And we are also on Instagram, Tech Cohort Community. We want to use this community to be able to guide everyone through, everyone interested in switching their career into tech, and we'll be following your progress. And part of the things Angel mentioned is optimizing your profile on LinkedIn. We want you to be able to share your journey, your process. It's not going to be about you are learning. As you are learning, you're putting it out there for people to see. There are a lot of people who are interested in young developers, people who are just learning something new. They want you to join their team to create something along the line. And also, I want to mention something. During my section, I made mention of regretting not joining community is a very, very important thing. Forget about what we are creating here. Yeah, every niche you or any career path you've chosen or you are choosing right now, you need to go online, search for, like a product designer. We have tools that you use like Figma. You can go on Figma, your project, you can put your project, maybe something you created randomly, maybe a profile or something, put it there, let it be there, and engage. Don't limit yourself to that mentality. I want to make money. All the speakers have made mention of how they started. I've designed a website of 25,000 naira before, 30K. And this is not that this is the price that is being done as at that time. But I was doing this because of the passion I have for design. I have for web designing. Like, I just want to be part of people's business. I want to be there. I want to be able to add value to what other people are doing. These are my reasons why I accept it. Just give me 20K for data, then I will design a website for you. It's not because of the money. Normally, if you come to me that you want a website, I'll be charging you 300K. But when I'm trying to help a brand, I'm trying to be part of what you're doing, I'll be telling you, okay, because you are a startup, you don't have this, okay, I can help you. just so do my subscription for the month. Give me few weeks. I'll get it done for you. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because these are the things I was doing to create my portfolio. But the mistake I made then was I denied myself from joining a community or putting my progress online to allow people to be seeing what I do, to see my progress, to see my work. I wasn't doing all these things. And these are the things that are very important. We have a GitHub where you can put your code, other people can see your code and make use of it. I made mention of when we were doing WordPress. We have templates that you go and download people's template for free and make use of it. Have we ever think of, these people making their money? But they are not making the money. What they are making is they are enjoying the audience, the traffic that you are getting. These are things that might put them in a space whereby in the future, when they are making reference to those things, they can show the stats that 5,000 people are making use of my templates, 2,000 people are making use of. But when I was doing mine, I was enjoying the free stuff, but I wasn't giving back. So that's why I said you need to make use of this platform. It's there to help you. It's not there for us to only enjoy. It's also there to make use of it. A lot of people are using Canva today. Those free templates we see on Canva, some people design them. So you too, if you are a pro in Canva or a Photoshop pro, you can design a template, put it out there, let people make use of it, let people be able to download them and make use of it. So it shouldn't be you collecting. You should also be giving back to the society. It's called community contribution. So here we are today. We are not, we have like 20 minutes to go, so I'm just going to round up now, and I will give one of the speakers here. I think Solomon Yatita have left. So I'll quickly introduce what he do for a living, his business, and if anyone is interested and you have a family or a friend that might be interested in what they do, you can go ahead and reach out to them. So what I was trying to say is we should be able to give back to society and be able to make impact. It shouldn't be we collecting, bring. It shouldn't be like that. So that's why we are here today and why we want to monitor the progress and see how we can help everyone. So if after this event you remember that, I forgot to do one or two things, you want to reach out to us, we're on Instagram, Tech Community. My name is Adidaya Adeshi. If you want to search for my name anywhere across the social media platform, even on Google, you will see my name there. But there's other Adidaya Adeshi that's both bigger than me. Okay, someone have a question, two questions for Mr. Harrison. Yeah, Mr. Harrison is coming. You quickly do that, and you can drop the question on the chat box so you'll be able to see your question and answer it. So search for my name. Same with other speaker. Search for their name on social media. At least you've seen our faces. That's why we share videos, so you'll be able to identify who you're trying to reach out to. And before I give Harrison have one or two things to say. Yatete was on the road, so let me quickly help him. Yatete are an IT business in Nigeria. It's called SkyHub Nigeria. What he does is training. He does digital stuff for businesses, for individuals who want to learn digital marketing, branding, email marketing, data analytics, cybersecurity, and all that. And Mr. Harrison is also coming on now because he's having an event. He's having a program starting up to, I think in January, like a training if you want to learn full stack development and everything. So he's going to give out more to that. And also from whoever that is joining my own section, which is product design, you're interested in product design, put it on the group, join the group. I'll reach out to you and we can take it from there. Thank you. Mr. Harrison, if you are available now, you can quickly take over and explain what the training is all about that you're starting in January. Thank you. Okay, I think Harrison is not here with us physically, but I think he's engaged with something, so I don't know. But what he's doing, he has a program coming up in January. It's about training for people who want to be a full stack developer of software engineer. He's starting in Nigeria and in the UK. So if you have anyone in Nigeria or in the UK who wants to join, he's putting this out there so that anyone interested can go ahead. Let me check the question for Nika. Nika, I say I have two questions. First, this is for Mr. Harrison. You talked about meeting and connecting with people, either in online event or physical event. Please, I don't really know what to say or how best to connect with people in a way that create a longer relationship. What advice do you have? So on this, what I would say on this is Nika, I don't know if you're hearing me. If you are hearing me, Nika, please, what we say on is okay. Yeah, Angel to raise that hand. So Angel have a question too there. So what we say on this is like I'll give you a scenario. When I was in Nigeria, we have a WordPress community in Nigeria where we always gather every month. You can look for a community like this that you know you are a registered member and always join every upcoming event. Like we are creating here, Tech Camp community, we called it Aspire Tech Aspiring Minds community. Like people who aspire to be in the tech mind. You can join a community like this, like the group we are creating. This group is for us to be able to interact with you frequently. It's not just going to be an abandoned group where we abandon you there, we're not giving you stuff, you know, I lie to you, we're not putting you through. So this is the reason why we are creating this community, to be able to guide you through and to be able to connect you with people and keep this event. This is not the first one that we're going to. The next one is going to be in March or April next year, 2026. And I'll be glad if some of you guys that are here today will be inviting you to come and be the speaker like today in this section. So I'll quickly give Abisola room to speak. She have something to say, then Angel can answer her question. I think it's still on the first question. So Abisola, you can go ahead and answer, say something.
So much. So I just want to quickly give us a response to the question. I know that it's not Mr. Anderson, but I think that I can answer a little bit of question about that. So I can answer them. So okay, yes, you can answer. So yeah, about the what you can do is you can go to Eventbrite. Eventbrite, there are lots of free events over there. Like I go through Eventbrite and I search Tech Life here, and I search the one around here. So the physical event, as much as you love to join your online one, don't hide in your shell. Don't just say, oh, don't like to connect with people. Nobody likes to connect with people. Nobody likes to talk. For me, for example, I don't like to talk. I don't know how to have a build a relationship. But if you need to grow, if you want to grow, you need to do all of these kind of things. So on social media, when you find people doing similar thing with you, text them, engage with them. When you drop comment, they know you. When they have opportunity for you, they will reach out to you on LinkedIn as well. Like Angel said, connect with people, engage with them, comment on their post, and go on Eventbrite. When you go on Eventbrite, just search. So what I usually do, I'll type social media events near me. So when I type social media events, I'm going to search for the one that is near me. Most of them are free. Some of them are paid. If you cannot afford to pay for them now, you can go for the free events. I have one I'll be going to later in the week. So don't just don't wait for people to always connect with you. Connect with people as well. I don't want to take your time. Bye for now.
Angel, you can go ahead and answer the question she asked for you.
Okay, so Abisola has already covered most of what I want to say, but
Oh, okay.
one of the things that has helped me in staying memorable, but especially offline, because I don't know that I am much of a people person offline. I'm more reserved offline, but online is you have to be very intentional. You have to be, everybody is dropping fire emojis on the person's post. You two are coming to drop fire emojis. First of all, you connect with the person on LinkedIn and you could send a message to say, oh, I was the person that you met so and so. You've created a connection. You've just established that, oh, you met me. Oh, it's still easy and fresh for the person to remember you. Now, chances are the person might not even see your DM or see your message. Where you get visible is in the comments, right? When the person posts, don't just come and say, oh, great post. Drop something insightful. There was a post on social media. I didn't even plan to be intentional, but I just had thoughts about the topic. When you have your opinion about a topic that is being shared, don't leave it in your head. Drop it in the comments. And I dropped it in the comments. Not less than 10 people followed me from that post because they saw my comment and it made sense to them. There's one from last week. I have about 70 likes on my comments from that post. There was one that I had over 200 and something likes. At the point, I was like, people should stop liking these comments because I kept getting those notifications and I was tired. So by the time you drop insightful comments, you're not only becoming memorable because that person, each time they post, they know that Abisola is going to come and connect. They know that Dayo is going to come and comment, and they're not going to just put fire and emojis. They're going to put thoughtful emojis. So over time, they now look forward to reading from you. If the person has a newsletter, subscribe to it and respond to their newsletters. One of such things for me, I constantly wrote back to one of my faves, and she reached out to me for an opportunity that, oh, this is happening. She's in Lagos, by the way, that this XXYZ is happening in Abuja. Oh, send me your CV now. And that was how I got that opportunity. So that is how to remain memorable. Drop thoughtful comments in the people's posts and they will never forget you. And then if you're doing stuff, share, like carry the matter on your head. If they have an event, share it, repost, and all of that. I hope you found this helpful.
All right, thank you, Angel. Before I close and to add to what Angel has said, if you joined earlier when Ayomiko was speaking, the main reason why we are setting up this community is to when after your mentorship, after we've trained and mentor you and we've guided you through this journey or path you've chosen, then sometimes we have projects that we want to work on. We can come up with a project, we can think of a project, maybe an idea that is betting something good. We can't think outside our own community. Where are we looking for developers? Where are we looking for brand strategies? I don't think if I want to have like a video editing or a banner or a graphics I want to work on, before I think of two people, I already know that I have Dami, who is a pro in this. If I'm thinking of a project that needs software developer, before I think outside the box, I think of Ayomiko, I think of Harrison. If I'm thinking about people who does training that will need training, I'm thinking about Yatiti Solomon, the speaker, before Angel spoke about the LinkedIn. So if we are able to stick together in this community, follow everything we have for you, by the time you are done with this program, with this mentorship, we are going to start maybe next week, or we'll put everybody in a subgroup. We will be able to, when we are thinking of something we want to do, we think within the community first. People we are going to choose first is from the community before we start thinking outside. And from our own experience, we are not going to use how did they used to say it? Because we've had bad experiences, we are not going to use that same influence of bad experiences for you. We want a situation whereby you're enjoying what you're doing. If I'm to look at the way I started, I don't think I want to employ someone that will be paying regularly, because that was what I experienced. Harrison made mention of it earlier that when he started his first job, he didn't even collect the 70K. Yeah, he didn't get it till today. Maybe they will pay him tomorrow after seeing this video on YouTube later. They see his face speaking and they know, oh, it's Harrison, we are owing him 70K. Because we have this section recorded that will be able to guide us later these are the things we might still need to fall back to and to listen to what everyone has said. And thank you for today. We really appreciate. We thank you for your time. 3 hours staying with us is not a joke. We really appreciate. We say thank you for your time, your data, your every resources you've put in together to be to make this event successful. We appreciate everyone. We say thank you for all our speakers from Abisola, Damilola, Ayomikun, Angel, Harrison. We say thank you so much for your time, for contributing, for sharing your experience with us. Abena, Anu, Abelo, Nika, Mrs. Benjamin, Franca, Ngozi, Emeka, Bayo, baby. Thank you, Rosni. Thank you, Ma, Tolulope. Everyone that have joined in, people that have joined, have left. We appreciate everyone, and we say a very big thank you for joining. And for the people that are just joining, we say thank you. You might have missed something because I know you've joined earlier, but say thank you for joining. If you haven't joined the group yet, try and join the group, and we appreciate you. We say thank you. We'll see you on social media. If you have not followed us on social media, follow us on Instagram, Facebook page. If it's personal, search for my name, Adeshi11, across social media platform. We will be able to join and connect with you and take it further. Please remember, join the group. We have a lot of things. Personally, I have a lot of things I want to take people further, and I want everyone to be a partaker of it. So thank you so much, and bye for now. We really appreciate. This is the end of Tech Cohort 2025. We'll see you 2026 between March and April. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you. God bless you, God.